What? It's Friday. It's Figure Friday. G'day, ladies and gents. It's I Nick Storm, the Australian icon. Holy gefilte fish. That's a reference if you guys get it. Shout out to you. But, oh, baby. After a long, few month hiatus, Figure Friday is now back to business, okay? We got some cool people behind the scenes on the team now. And you'll see more of that next week if you tune in. But for this week, if you tune in, because I know you're tuning in, you're seeing this right now. There's chances are you not. But if you are seeing this right now, I'm pointing to you. I put your hand to the screen because we have 1, Magic OLMOS, and 2, Steve OZER from Mattel. Guys, how the gosh darn heck are you? It's been a hot minute since I've talked to you boys, so I'm glad that I get to sit down with you. How are you guys feeling? 2025!
Magic can't speak. Sign languages only. Great. Happy New Year. Kicking it off right with Fig Friday back in action.
Damn right. Oh my god.
Obviously, I'm excited about the new year.
I was gonna say, Magic, did you get a haircut or something like that? There's something new about you.
Yeah, I shaved earlier.
Pretty
good.
Wow. You got some good genetics, pal. I'll tell you that. No, but how the heck are you guys? And for the people who are uninitiated, one, I got a question, why and how? That's 2 questions. But if you guys aren't aware, we have the global marketing manager, Steve OZER from Mattel, and also one of the designers now, Magic OLMOS again. Now, frickin' hell, 2024 was a jam-packed year full of Okay, that was... You're putting my hair to shame here, pal. God damn it. You're gonna put me over at all times. No.
You guys flaunting that stuff with us follically challenged people here, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, Steve. Hey, I'll put it away.
I think if we cut our hair half off, and then just give it both,
donate it to him.
I want it, but I want it Road Warrior Hawk style, with nothing in the middle, and I want Nick's hair on one side and Magic's on the other. Okay, it's a plan.
And it's long and flowy.
Yes,
one's permed, one's thin. That'd be beautiful. But guys, the mastermind behind Ultimate Edition, Steve OZER, and Magic OLMOS, I like to call you now an honorary lucha bro. I think
I think that's pretty safe to say. Yeah.
Dude, because I don't know if people are unaware, but you had a little your prior job, I guess, before going back to Mattel, is you were batting for the other team, man, and one of the talents that you actually got to work on was Penta, who's now recently debuted on Raw, for WWE, which is incredible. I thought it was an amazing debut. What are your first thoughts about that, and would you be excited to work on a Penta? I feel like it's only right. It'd be poetic, right?
Oh, I'm incredibly excited. I really love Penta. He's been one of my favorites for a very long time. I got to meet him in 2019. I've been telling the story. It's probably not true, but I'm pretty sure I'm the one who got him to stick his tongue out all these times lately. Because when we did scanning, I told him stick your tongue out because I'd seen him do it once, at a PCW show. I'm like, oh yeah, do that. And he's like, what? And Phoenix told him in English, and he did it. And ever since then, I've seen him do it nonstop. So I'm pretty sure you guys can thank me for that. It's completely made up, probably though. He's probably been doing this whole time.
He's never stuck his tongue out before Magic told him to in his entire life.
I was like, that's your signature now. And he ran with it.
He wasn't aware he had a tongue before then, I think. Actually, as the story stands, hey. When the story becomes legend, print the legend, or whatever the heck the one quote is.
I'm super excited to try to potentially work on him again. He's been so super toyetic dude. He's been such a pleasure to work on. He's definitely the highlight so far of my career, making his figures. So excited about that.
How about yourself, Steve? Yeah, were you a fan of Penta before a debut? I mean, we have some reveals, by the way, to get into. This episode is jam-packed, so I want you guys to make sure you're sticking around. But yeah, Steve, what were your first thoughts? And even the whole Raw on Netflix. I mean, that was just a great episode, and I think it was casually viewed by over 4 million people or something like that, if the numbers are correct. So this is insane, dude. I love wrestling.
I mean, it's awesome for people like us who've loved wrestling our whole lives to know that WWE specifically has this global platform now, and so many more eyes can see it, and maybe we'll grow this to even bigger, hit higher heights than ever before. So super cool. Raw Netflix was wild. Intuit Dome, amazing. New
You guys
arena.
are actually there in person, right? If I'm correct.
A couple of us were. I did
Right.
buy a very expensive ticket to go to the show. It was a hard ticket to come by, let me tell you. So, but I couldn't miss it for anything. I wanted to go, and as they were announcing, over the weeks and then even through the weekend, all the legends showing up, like Rock and whatnot, I was like, I gotta go. I gotta buy a ticket.
Yeah.
So I went, and then we had some other duties as well to attend to backstage. But all in all, it was phenomenal. Very cool. And then the following week, Penta making his long-awaited debut on Raw. Sick gear, sick little entrance gear and touches to his gear. Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting to have somebody like that in our action figure arsenal to be able to make cool figs of, and I'm sure he will have lots of different gear choices week after week for Magic and Bill and John and Ratika to choose from.
Hey, true that. And Magic, I actually have a question surrounded by the gear for Penta. Are there any sort of attires that Penta wore in AEW that you maybe didn't get to work on that you're hoping maybe he brings back for this WWE run?
He had changed his chest piece and his armor things a little bit towards the end, and they never got around to making that. So that was kind of a miss because there was a bunch of really cool gears. He did a metallic all blue. He did all metallic red, and he had these devil horns one time. I think when he fought Adam Copeland, I can't remember for sure, but there was a lot of really cool looks that were just kind of never got to. So hopefully he does bring some of that stuff back. I did notice he did change his gear subtly, but pretty substantially. So it's definitely ownable to WWE and unique to WWE, but it's still true to his identity. But it's very subtle changes that are pretty nice little updates.
Hell yeah. Yeah, see, that stuff like that makes me super, super excited. I want to run through the people who are here right now in the chat because more power to you guys if you're watching this. Holy hell. You guys are in for an episode, and I appreciate you guys for being here. I want to shout out to Louise. We got Alex West, Rand Dash, Sarah Carr, I know you. A Turder of Crows. A Turder? Oh, this is Dream Match. Do you guys know what a Turder is?
Do I want to know?
The pun off of a murder of crows, but it's a turd.
That's pretty good. Okay, round of applause for that name. How you going, Ash? Louise again, double shout out. Steinsenberg, how the heck are you? I always get your name wrong, I'm so sorry. Phoenix Nitro, Big Pop, how you doing, man? We got some kids figs in here as well. Dream Match, UK Elite Wrestling figs. Oh my god, Estevan Olmos. Do we have the Bloodline in here at the moment as well? TiVo67, Dreezy. My mic is kind of low. Is this true?
I hear you.
Okay, cool. Because sometimes my voice is too loud, and I don't want to make.
Rob,
I'm not subjective.
Turn your volume up.
Yeah, turn it all the way up and wake everyone in your neighborhood if you're allowed. HWD, how the heck are you doing? Dave Segan, Mitchell Craig, shout out to you. So many peeps in here, dude. This is right now. This is the already the most poppin' Figure Friday episode we've done live. So I want to thank you guys, and also thank the boys from Mattel for stopping by again because it means a gosh darn lot.
Great.
But again,
it's a who's who of the wrestling community here, huh?
Yeah.
The excitement is so thick you can cut it with a knife.
Dave Segan had a match with Danhausen not too long ago, so that's pretty cool. He's here.
He did?
Yeah.
What? Dave, message me after. That's amazing. Okay, that's awesome.
Dreams do come true.
Heck? Yeah, I absolutely have to. Yeah, MBG as well. BK. Oh, dude, the people are rolling in. The hype train is rolling in. And guys, I want to make sure before we get too far into this episode, if you do have any questions for the Mattel team, we will be asking them at later, towards the end of the episode. But if you guys do want to, I'm introducing a thing called tipping. If you guys want to. Holy heck, what is that about? It's never necessary, but it is appreciated. And absolutely, you just being here and just in the chat watching is more than enough for me. But if you wanted to get your question in before the end of the stream and jump my queue of questions, go to that link. It's the bottom link in the description, and do however much, okay? But that's not necessary. Again, just you being here is more than gosh darn enough, okay?
Genius. Genius.
Thank you. I'll give you. Well, thanks. You're getting the cut now because of that.
Okay.
No, I'm
Not getting a cut. Oh.
You missed your cue, Magic.
Say genius, Magic, and I'll think about it.
Genius.
Yeah. Okay, you're in. We'll go.
Got to work on the
33%.
charisma, Magic.
First thing, gotta work on the Riz. First thing I want to get into, dude. You guys are making me work around the clock this episode, and I kind of love that. I love that about y'all, okay? You keep me on my toes, and maybe that's something that I need in my life. So, I want to get into the first things we've seen here. On Mattel Creations, we saw some reveals, and I guess before we get into it, is Mattel Creations a place that we can maybe see more reveals in the future?
So, with today's drop, once again, a year in the making, because as you may be aware, the WWE.com galleries stopped around this time last year. So, MattelCreations.com, the forums specifically for WWE, will be the new home for the monthly or more WWE gallery style reveals. So they will all be located there. You can go and check out all the pictures in an easy to view format. Hopefully you think so. So hop on those forums. Let us know what you think. Comment on all the figures. And we'll keep this going and try to make those reveals better and better every month.
Hell yeah. Well, hey, with that being said, I think it's time to get into the dirty. Oh, baby! Ooh. Oh my god, as you can see my graphics in the background being cut off by this majestic 3-pack of the NWO, the New World Order, brother. Okay, we have the third man in here. Talk my ear off about this pack. For one, first thing I'm noticing, I think when we get into the packaging, that's going to be another thing as well to talk about. But, man, Hulk Hogan's jacket right here is, like, awesome. I love that deco on that.
So I had mentioned a month ago or so that the Walmart 3-packs were going to quarterly in 2025, and that in January we would reveal the next Q2 3-pack, and that is today. That is the NWO 2002 WWE 3-pack. So that features Hollywood Hogan, Hall, and Nash from their WWE debut in February, I believe, of 2002. No Way Out. So a little bit of a multiple aspects here going into the figures, some aspects from the promo photos, studio shots in front of that big rig truck, some famous photography on WWE magazine covers and whatnot. And then, of course, their in-ring appearance at No Way Out 2002. So kind of ruthless aggression, pre-ruthless aggression era here, sort of, but representing the NWO here and kind of trying to complete as much as we can from NWO 2002. What do we got left? Like two to go, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. Right? I mean, hey, you're getting to the end, in my opinion. Yep. But dude, like this can work for obviously, you know, WCW as well if you really want to, if you want to really stretch it to that. But man, like this pack it looks really great to me, and on the surface, man, this packaging, I think if I were to get this, I would just have to keep that packaging. I love a good multi-man pack, and especially if they're elites, and especially if they have some significance to them. And man, this is great. Talk my ear off about this. Who do we have to thank for the packaging?
This was, I believe, one of our packaging associates named John Awesome. Yes, that is his real name, John Awesome.
Mike Awesome, is he related?
Maybe. Same father, different mother. No, just kidding. Little Dudley humor. But yeah, taking elements from the No Way Out pay-per-view, the photo shoots that I mentioned. There's that big rig shot, and you know, we were able to add unique elements by combining, you know, a lot of these iconic moments and photography. When they came to the ring, they did not have those jackets, but those jackets were present in a lot of the photography and in the magazine. So, you know, kind of a bonus there. Someone in the chat is saying Hogan wore that jacket during the Rock segment. So we're cramming a lot in here into the moment for sure. And, you know, while not I don't think, pulling anything directly from it. I know for one, I was a big fan of the old Jax NWO series figures, the multi-packs and the singles. So, you know, a little bit of an homage to that here with this pack overall.
Beautiful. Oh, man. Crowd booing. And that's a reference, but that's because they're heels, okay? Ha 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 ha.
So one last thing about this pack. This will be available Q2 at Walmart here in the States and Smith's in the UK. And question mark on Mattel Creations. Mattel Creations will be carrying a lot of retailer exclusives. We could talk about that a little bit later, but this is a maybe for Mattel Creations. But definitely Walmart and Smith's.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, you guys have something to look forward to. Magic, are you going to buy this?
I might have to. This thing's awesome. Like those jackets, the first time I saw them in person, they were really outstanding. The feel of them was really nice. The fit's really nice. They have like cool little like metallic zipper things going on. It's really nice and really awesomely detailed.
Yeah, the leather jackets are very nice. I think there was one like Finn Balor Elite from back in the day. And it had like the Balor Club logo on the back. I had like a little button up here, like a silver button, and it was like there's a deco on, you know, like a leather jacket. This is fantastic, and this Hogan like blew it out of the water. Like what is like? I'm thinking like, what are the endless possibilities now with deco on soft goods like that? So that makes me very excited for the future. And you guys can grab this freaking Smith's and Walmart Q2. Is that right?
That's right. What does Q2 mean, Steve?
Q2. There's 4 quarters in a year. We're in Q1 now, so the next Q.
So summer?
Before summer.
Fall?
I don't know what the date is, Magic. Stop it.
Give me the exact time, exact date, exact location. But no, I want to move on because there is so much to talk about. And for one, this might be one of my most anticipated figures for this year, and it's the Great Muta. And there's gonna be 2 of them. There's a chase as well. And this popped me as well, just seeing how that mist looks in person, and fantastic. You know, I didn't know if it was gonna be maybe you know, all green, you know, sort of you wouldn't be able to see it, that translucent, all that fun stuff. But no, this is the funnest stuff. Are you kidding me? Talk my ear off about these, and finally getting a Great Muta out there. And oh man,
are you from Philly like me, Muta? Great Muta.
Go Eagles. Go Birds.
Yeah. So Muta definitely. I mean, speaking of Philly, making a name for himself in the Philly days of NWA.
Yeah.
Pre WCW, I believe. So awesome to make it happen. We've told stories many times of how excited Bill and I, you all know Bill loves his Japanese wrestling. We got the word that we could potentially do Muta, and we had to put a product and business plan together for him. That was truly a pleasure to do. And it's all coming to fruition now. And I can't believe it. And there are other Muta figures, and we're seeing them physically at the office, and it's wild that, you know, a couple years ago when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame and we were hopeful that this day could come, like it's here now. So I believe this is the standard Muta. You can always typically tell by the packaging and the artwork and photography on the packaging that should match the standard version. So if packaging is red, then this is your standard version. Interchangeable hands and heads, Muta specific gestures, the mist, of course, with a mist spitting head. And then we've got a chase version of him in black as well.
Yeah, and I think that one, this is I'm a big proponent or proprietor, I guess, of the color red. Like, that's my favorite color, right? You'll see me in nothing else but the color red sometimes, you know, and just because it's vibrant as hell. But with that being said, I think I like this chase. I think I like the chase like a lot more, but I think I'm gonna have to get both regardless. You guys don't make it easy.
So, you know, with some talents, with all talent, really, you have a limited window to do their figures, right? For Muta specifically, like it is a little bit different. He's not a performer in the U.S. That window may be a little bit smaller, so there was a finite amount of Mutas that we'll be able to do, unless, you know, maybe he'll extend the deal. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe he already did, for all I know. But when we got to work, we knew we had X amount of Mutas we could do, and we were like, well, we got to do some chases. So the red was Bill's pick, and the white and black here was my pick. So we both got our 2 ideal Mutas out from from the get-go with the Ultimate figures, and then fingers crossed everyone else is satisfied. If you have some lingering wish list Muta face paint colors, we can get those out in different forms before the end of his initial contract run.
True that. And there's another Muta as well, I believe, coming out as well, Old Man Muta, which I'm also excited for.
Did we reveal that, Magic?
I don't know.
Maybe.
He knows about it, so
okay. Yes.
There was
yes.
I was rewatching the last episode I had you guys on with the third man, Bill McKenna, of course, and we were talking about that going along with the Shinsuke match and all that stuff as well.
Yes.
So yeah, it's fantastic stuff. Like this is something I didn't think would be possible in this soon, at least. Like, I don't know, man. Yeah, I was gonna get the Bandai and call it a day, but this is fantastic. So I really love how this turned out, man. This is fantastic.
The one thing that's really been fun coming into work every week for like our meetings, getting a new Muta sample, just seeing the look on Bill's face and how like ecstatic with joy he is. He's literally like a little kid every time he sees it, and like a proud father at the same time. So that's been really fun.
Look, it's the reason we all do what we do, and it's the reason you guys buy action figures is to make Bill McKenna happy.
I know that's my reasoning. I don't know about you guys, but I thought that was already said. I thought
he did a bang up job, and I'm really happy for him that he got to work on one of his heroes.
I want to shout out to the cloth goods team too. Is there a design inside the robe that I'm seeing?
I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe is my official answer.
Maybe.
I'm a politician.
I like that.
I'll be a
Let's
good
lock that
politician
in.
one day.
It could also be the backside symbol showing through the front. Who knows?
I like a good backside.
Look, you got to keep some mystery, man, for the unboxing, right? You guys unbox this, you'll be surprised by what's inside. Maybe it's nothing, and you'll be let down, but hey, those are the breaks.
What do they call me? Nick Storm No Review? Don't think so, buddy. That's my government name, Nick Storm Review. Okay? Promise. And I want to move on. Yeah, everyone's loving this Muta. Shout out to the chat as well. You guys are killing it. But dude, this is another one as well in that same wave. I think the number is missing my brain right now, but Steve, I know you'll be able to correct me, hopefully.
Will I? 25.
25. Like the
wave,
year. Huh.
Ultimate Edition Wave 25. Was that even what you were asking me? What wave this is? I was reading the comments, and then you were talking. And I was like, oh, he's talking to me. Yes, Wave 25. Final Boss Rock. Screamin'. People's Championship belt presented to him by Muhammad Ali's wife. Soft goods entrance gear. The whole 9 yards. New tattoos. What a figure.
I want to say as well about this, because that screaming head, I know where it's from, dude. Freaking you know what I mean?
Nick is
from
electrocuted.
That one WrestleMania.
Oh
that
yeah,
one WrestleMania match. Right?
Of course, yeah.
He gets speared by Roman, and then he's like, "I'm dying. Someone help me." You know what I mean? He makes that face, and it's great. Yeah, and I think it's been overdue that we've gotten a like bald-headed Rock. Bald-headed is a very funny.
Publicly challenged Rock.
Boldly challenged.
Publicly challenged.
I'm so sorry, Steve. Boldly challenged Rock, right? But with like a screaming head as well. So I think that in of itself is very, very exciting. And I'm very surprised with how you guys did this, the cloth goods on this. And I'm surprised that he wore cloth goods like this, in real life, right? That's called clothes, Nick. I'm still learning.
He does wear those from time to time.
I learned through figures first. But no, yeah, you guys pulled this off, and I think something I really look for in a figure is the silhouette, right? How it looks like with the entrance stuff on, with the gear on, all this fun stuff. And I think you guys nailed it over there with the silhouette when everything's on and all said and done. So this is fantastic to me.
I mean, when you speak...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was say Tebow 67's comment made me laugh. Rock looks like he's about to sneeze.
That's what happened when we scanned him.
That might even be mid-sneeze.
So, you're talking about the silhouette. Sometimes action figures exaggerate proportions a bit. I don't think that this is an exaggeration, because when I was, at Netflix Raw attending to some things, final boss Rock arrives and walks by, and he is ginormous. And I've met him before, even way back, wee little action figure attack back in the Attitude Era. And I don't remember him being that imposing, but he is just gigantic. So it is cool to see, like, that like real life superhero basically. And then you have that action figure representation that, there's really no exaggerating here. He is massive like this.
Yeah. I mean, dude, the Rock, I think that he defined the word massive, maybe. If you look in the dictionary, the word massive, I think the picture of Dwayne Johnson comes up. Maybe. He's a boulder. Is that an Avatar Last Airbender reference? I love you, Mike Belcast.
He's a walking muscle, dude. He's going to transcend human form and grow taller than a mountain one day. Mark my word.
Dude, it was foretold in the Magic Prophecy, okay? It's going to happen. But yeah.
I like Mike Belcaster's professional real estate agent profile picture.
Dude, it's putting me to shame. Yeah, I know. I've never felt less unprofessional in my life, Mike. Thank you for that.
I've never looked that professional.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I'm gonna go with that. I have an issue with my Elite 115 Punk. The tricep is. Oh my god.
Oof.
I didn't. Look, I was there in person.
Mattel customer service cannot help you with that particular issue. I'm sorry. Next question.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have to be loose if you wanted it shipped, okay? But yeah, moving on with the same Ultimate Edition 2025 wave. See what I did there. We got Damian Priest, man. Senior Money in the Bank. And I think probably the best Damian Priest ever. I'm gonna wait. I hear dogs barking. Talk my ear off about this, guys. This is Skeletor attire Damian Priest, and I like the head scans, the gear, the freaking Money in the Bank briefcase as well, which is I feel like that was absolutely needed, especially for his run. You could recreate the moment where he's cashing in on Drew, and CM Punk's laughing at him because CM Punk just beat the heck out of him because he was on commentary in a suit. All this fun stuff. Yeah, this is such a great gear in my opinion. And Steve, I know you're a big Masters nut too, so getting like a maybe influenced attire. Talk to me about this.
Yeah, when the event was happening and he made his entrance, I was immediately texting Bill, and I was like, "This is the one," because we had been looking for a gear and a moment for Damian to become an Ultimate Edition figure, and then him winning, of course, sealed that deal. So yeah, once again, I've mentioned this before, tip to WWE superstars: if you want to put your action figure on a bullet train into development, wear Masters of the Universe style gear. That's very helpful. But yeah, super cool. We're glad to have Damian as an Ultimate now, former World Heavyweight Champion, obviously, so very Ultimate worthy. And the gear is just like so cool, and I hope, I'm assuming he's a Masters fan making this gear, so I hope he likes it.
Yeah, all rise for the Outlaw. And one thing I'm noticing on this Damian as well that weren't on his prior Elites maybe is
hands.
Hands.
Oh.
Hands.
The others had hands.
Yeah, all my Damian Priests are all handless. No, that's a joke. Buy all the Damian Priest figures. But no, this Damian Priest, it has wrist gauntlets, which I believe was just painted on black tape right onto the hand on his prior Elite. So I think that even of itself, like the small details on this gear, I love the unique sculpting on all the Damian Priest attires that we get. His gear is always very, very nice and very cool to look out for, and this is no different. I think this is a great representation of it. And gosh darn, man. Any final thoughts before I move on?
It's great. Yeah. Don't miss. Oh, Magic has thoughts.
Well, no, I was just going to highlight the paint or deco on this thing, because I mean the cape and everything, the shoulder pads are amazing. Obviously, that's like the highlight of this, but like the little details, all the silver painted gems, all the metallic like drool or I don't know what that is, blood.
It is drool, yeah.
Drippy things, drool. And the purple on this is like also slightly metallic too. Just like really nice, like in handed, like it really pops. This whole thing's really spectacular.
That's right. You guys are right here. Yeah. Thank you, My Damn Toys. Dude, holy hell, we have the Hollywood Walk of Fame in this chat. How the heck are you going, Trey? But yeah, his first two Elites had gauntlets, that right? That maybe like the Judgment Day centric gears. Maybe this is like the first one with gauntlets. Thank you for correcting me. Look, I'm still waking up. Hey,
what time is it over there?
it is 10:32 a.m.
That's fine.
Be wrong
Look,
with that, man.
It's fine, but I was like, okay, I didn't get to bed until maybe like 3:30 or something like that, because I think that's when the Mattel Creations reveals popped up, and I was like, okay, now I can't go to bed. I am like got too much energy. I have to check these reveals. So I blame all you guys for buying my coffee. Maybe I need some like comp.
You get fired up like Cornholio when Beavis is becoming Cornholio, like when the new reveals come. Yeah.
Yes.
Pull the shirt up.
Put the thing over my head. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Absolutely. You know what it is.
Julio?
I was just about to ask that. I'm very much dating myself.
Yeah. I mean, look, I try and go back to and get a knack for the classics, right? Classics like Beavis and Butthead.
Me too. That's how I know it, because I wasn't born.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You were also born in 2001, Steve. I don't think people know that. Yeah. Youngest man alive right here. Shout out to everyone as well watching internationally. Right now, it's 12:33 a.m. here in the UK. I'm tired AF. Look, holy heck, you're a trooper for that, man. I want to shout out to the UK peeps if you guys are in here watching live, because it is late, man. Shout out to everyone watching live. Gosh darn. Shout out if you're on the equator and you're watching, okay? I don't know how that's possible, but if you're doing that, shout out to you. But I actually want to, before we get into more reveals, there's more reveals that I want to splice in, but I also want to seek some TP for his, no, I want to also talk about this because it was something that broke news, I think maybe a day or two ago, and it's something that I absolutely want to talk your guys' ear off and see what you guys think about this, but there's a WWE and TNA partnership in the works. Now, I want to read it off here, the statement. WWE, part of TKO Group Holdings and TNA Wrestling, one of the world's top wrestling brands and a subsidiary, of Anthem Sports and Entertainment, today announced a multi-year partnership aimed at creating unprecedented crossover opportunities within WWE and TNA programming for NXT superstars and TNA wrestling stars. What does this make you think instantly when you guys hear this?
Well, excited for the talent, that's for sure. There's going to be more opportunities. I'm not sure. I don't know anything more than what you guys know and what we've seen on television so far. But it looks like, talent we're going back and forth between the two promotions. And we win as fans, getting to see some dream matches perhaps, and talent honing their skills with different talent and different audiences. So that's cool. And I'm sure you're asking because you want to know how this relates to action figures, and I have no idea whatsoever. Would it be cool to do anything, TNA centric from the present or the past? Absolutely. But I just don't know what this deal actually means beyond what it says in that press release.
Right. Yeah. I feel like, how about you, Magic? Are there any maybe TNA wrestlers that if everything goes according to, I don't know, maybe in a perfect world or something like that, are there any TNA wrestlers that you would absolutely die for to work on?
I can think of two, an old tag team they have right now.
The
Hardy Boys.
Yeah, I was going to say, man. I mean,
even just thinking that, I believe in Joe Hendry just stuck in my head now as soon as you said TNA, because that was the first thing I thought of. And yeah, I had it stuck in my head for a little bit. Now it went away, thankfully, but
I'm so sorry I brought it back. Yeah. So, and it's everyone in the chat now. I probably is thinking, I believe in Johan.
I had Stephen Flo replace it for a little bit, which was good. But now,
well, you have Stephen Flo.
Yeah.
Stephen Flo by Pearl Jam. Hell yeah.
You don't know about Stephen Flo?
Oh, I thought you were talking about this Stephen Flo, but yes.
I wish.
His theme song is just Stephen
I wish that was my song. Hey, look, if he wants to share it, I'll share it with him.
You can be Stephen Flozer.
Ooh, there it is.
I think, dude, new gimmick. Oh my god, give me money. No, I'm sure. But I was gonna say,
tip this man. Tip this man.
Stop it, you. But I was
the pennies are rolling in.
Yeah, dude. One by one dime at a time. No, I was wondering, you know, in a perfect world, I feel like I'd love to see someone like a Jeff Hardy in the Royal Rumble, maybe as like a guest return. He's talked about going on interviews, maybe in shout out to Chris Van Vliet, great interviewer, a big inspo of mine. He had a Jeff Hardy on his pod, and I believe Jeff Hardy was talking about maybe a program with him and CM Punk again, which made like little kid me absolutely scream at the heavens. I had to freaking get evicted from my house. This is not true. But like stuff like that, I would love to see, you know, if everything goes according to plan. Again, this is all speculative and fantasy booking, right? But more Jeff figures, because there have been so many looks that we haven't gotten still. Matt, same case as well. Maybe an Abyss figure, you know, because he's working behind the scenes now. At TNA AJ gears, all this stuff. Like, I'm thinking off the top, like, shout out to Phoenix Nitro as well. We had a little back and forth about this on Instagram. But, like, I feel like that would be, I don't know. If it's not possible, then it's not possible. But if it is possible, oh boy.
Yes.
Awesome. On to the next.
Well, I live in Orlando, so I would go to the Impact Zone all the time. So it'd be a dream to work on. Yeah, and there's a bunch of WWE talent who obviously spent time in TNA. So we'll see what happens. Who knows? I'll pester the right people and see what we can do.
You used to live in Florida? I'm so sorry.
Hey, different times.
This is true. I have visited Florida. That's actually the place I went. I mean, you guys know about this. Hulk Hogan, this, whatever, Nick. Okay, that's my peak. That's my peak. Okay?
Tell us again. Okay, every time.
I did a karaoke in front of Hulk Hogan. It's whatever. Okay. But I got another question. Hey, Magic. Hey, you. Are you there, Magic? Hey, are you there, Magic? I was gonna ask. This question comes from @KevinCollects from on Instagram. We were talking as well, and I thought he brought up a great point. Are you looking to try and implement a few of your ideas from your time in the AW Jazzwares line? You know, example, sculpted wrist tape, yeah, other things like that. Are there any other things that you're sort of pitching that maybe you'd like to see come over into the Mattel lines?
Absolutely. I mean, I think there's always room to improve stuff, and I definitely have prior experience, obviously, doing stuff slightly different. So I'm definitely looking to enhance it any way I can. The figures are already so great, and they're already doing so many different innovations, like with the dislocated hips, and the Ultimates already bring so much new stuff like that I never had done. So I'm taking it all in and definitely trying to see where I can improve, where I can do it, you know, but definitely always trying to improve, make everything better.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That makes me gosh darn happy. And back to Steve, man. I'll get through a few more questions here. I've got so many questions, but I wanted to splice them in with the reveals. When it comes to listening to fan feedback, you know, changing the defining moments, Punk hair to be, instead of brown, to be jet black. How do you guys decipher between a good pivot versus noise in the wind?
You know, you have to put it through a filter. If you see one person who is adamant about something and it's just that same person repeating, you know, it doesn't mean they don't have a point, but that's a little bit different than when you see different people in different places saying something. And sometimes we know, we already know, it just depends on, can we affect it? When you're producing an item, you're talking about partnering with someone in, or multiple people in a different country with a language barrier. And sometimes during that process, you know, things get lost in translation, mistakes happen. It's just part of the process. But then at a point in any development cycle of anything, there's a pencils down moment where you can't change anything anymore. So you just have to take it all in and do what you can, change what you can. Sometimes you have to let things ride. It is what it is. And, you know, a lot of times, most of the time, between myself, Magic, Bill, Robert Rudman, and everybody else, like, at least somebody notices something. But it's did we notice it at a point where we can still impact a change?
Yeah. Hey, impact. Is that a...
Hey, stop it.
I'm reading between the lines. I'm a wrestling fan, Steve. Okay, what do you expect? But yeah, that's a good point. I forgot your point, but I didn't forget about these figures.
Stop. My point was stop it.
Okay, how about we stop it and we pivot because wrestling moment. This is new, I believe, Elite. Please correct me if I'm wrong. 116.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome,
Yes.
awesome. We got AJ Styles, man. New freaking torso, new. Ah!
Are you okay? Was it
Not
a
me. Oh.
koala or one of those giant spiders that you're known
Yeah,
for?
it was a drop bear. Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
You
AJ
don't want
with a buff torso, a big bushy beard. 116 AJ. He's here, and you see my computer screen. I'll angle it so you can't see it anymore, but you can see what's that? Snake Mountain? Maybe. Someone has ADHD, and maybe it's me. Okay, AJ, there he is. There you have
heard,
it.
Steve.
do
I
have it
feel
open.
heard. Yeah, how have you not opened that yet? What the hell? Give me.
I don't have time.
Well, I have time. I've got all
Take
the
a
time.
shower, open action figures. I think I chose the right thing.
Well, you are not doing what us other wrestling fans are doing, which is showering.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, sorry,
Which is-
just kidding.
Take a shower. I mean, you've been to these conventions. You know. Okay.
No comment. No comment.
No, but yeah, talk to me about this. For example, pivots, right? We were just talking about it, and this is a new torso, I believe. I don't want to. I want to say it's maybe the Gunther torso. I could be wrong in that.
No.
Maybe like a newly sculpted torso.
Magic, is this the Randy Orton torso?
I don't think so. I want to say Bill did this one unique, but I could be completely wrong.
He's buff, guys. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
AJ's
Damn
buff.
right.
His figure's buff. Come back soon, AJ.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I hope he recovers very, very soon here. Hate to see him on the shelf like that. But man, like this looks pretty cool. I think the biggest thing I love about this is the newly tooled hair and the beard. Man, he looks like the meanest person I didn't even want to cross the street if he's on there. You know what I'm saying? And especially with that coat. But I might buy a figure. You know, I might buy him or something like that. This is really, really cool to me, man. And moving on, actually, with maybe the similar torso.
Oh yeah, that
Daddy's
was
back.
the same one.
Look at that.
There you
Look
go.
at that. Somebody was right in the chat. Dream match figs. Nah, it's Orton.
There you go.
There you go. Dream match figs. This is why he's the dream match. Okay.
Wait, go back and forth really quick. Let's see. Let's double check.
Alright.
Oh,
What the?
where are you going, dude?
That's not technology. Yeah. What do you think? You guys work there. What do you?
It's
doing
the
getting
same.
me to do this?
It's the
Yeah.
same.
On Orton looks taller, but it could just be the
Yeah.
photo.
Yeah, I love it because Orton is so much more jacked now. Same with AJ, right? So I think this was absolutely probably in the making, right? I mean, I felt like you could only get away with that smaller. It's funny saying smaller when it's still ripped up torso, that older torso for Randy. But I feel like this just fits a lot more with his current.
Oh,
build.
yeah.
This is real good.
Nutella
Oh.
Randy here. I do wish I
Oh
would have
my
opened
God.
it. But anyway. Thick Randy.
Thickums. Look at that, man. Awesome. Look at that. Yeah. I need to learn a few maybe workouts from him. I need to learn his diet because how do I get that?
There's a couple videos he's been putting out in his garage gym, so check him out. And he likes to eat, so one of the
good.
keys is eating lots.
That's my biggest issue. That's my biggest issue. No. Moving on again with the same wave. We got Kevin Owens.
KO, yeah.
And now he's featuring a soft goods shirt, man. Is this going to be a thing we see along with Kevin Owens in the future? We get to see maybe, that molded shirt on him, but maybe a cloth goods shirt as well included.
It kind of lends itself, his style of figure that we do lends itself to this because he's got that sculpted on molded shirt. Then you get the bonus shirt there. And I think we did that first with his WrestleMania Dallas figure where he had the 316 shirt and swappable bald head. So yeah, definitely think we might be playing with this concept more as KO creates more shirts.
There you go. UK Elite Wrestling Fig says, why no KO Mania on the right leg? Ooh.
Couldn't do it. Sorry.
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't
You hear
do
that?
it.
Couldn't do it. I think they're
Not allowed to do it.
some licensing issues, I guess, when it comes to stuff like that. But I love Kevin Owens, especially like the stuff he's on right now. Would we be able to see maybe a Kevin Owens in the future with the winged eagle, or like that? That's something
I
I'm
would love
thinking
it.
of.
I would
Or, like,
love
with
it.
a Kevin is right shirt, please.
I would love it.
That'd
He's
be
got new
fantastic.
pants too, right? Like no more shorts.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, this is true. Yeah, there you go. Oh man, I need to get
Thank
that
you,
new
KO,
Survivor
for the
series.
refresh, KO.
Yeah, I need to get that new I think Survivor Series elite of his, where it's like you got the jeans and you got the dusty shirt and the red elbow pad stuff he's sporting right now. So yeah, grab that. Moving on. Oh boy,
Ooh.
I want to know Magic.
Yes.
What do you think on this? Because and I'll get your answer as well, Steve. But Magic, Mr. Olmos. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, Mr. Olmos, man, you worked on the same talent at your prior job. So talk to me about this and how did you think it came out? And this is one that this has blew me away when I was going through the reveals today. The likeness is incredible on this.
No, you absolutely nailed it. Like, I thought I'd done such a perfect job on it that it could never be topped. So when I saw this for the first time in person, I was a little upset because it's so good. I was a little taken aback, like, oh, like I didn't think this could be done, and here it is, right in my hands. Like, this one's perfect. It's absolutely phenomenal. Like, the metallics on this is really lovely. Her like musculature, physique's really captured very well. Like, I love the biceps, how big they are, and the facial the likeness to her face is spot on. So, like, excellent work by Bill and the team. This is really, really good stuff.
I think, oh my goodness.
So I muted myself to open her because I saw a lot of comments today on her boots, and they are shiny. They are shiny, just like Bill McKenna promised. I think they are. I'm looking at with sunglasses. Yeah, they're shiny. They're shiny. Confirmed. So those photos that go out, those are like a pre-production sample. So we're still working on the figure at that time. So, sometimes when you comment on things, like, it's already being addressed. And they were addressed here. Shiny boots. Awesome figure. Silhouette, amazing. She's a real life Wonder Woman. And get well soon and come back.
Yeah. Are those Ultimate Edition boots as well?
Yes. These are the Charlotte boots. Charlotte boots.
Fantastic. So yeah, that's incredible to me. What'd you say, Magic? Sorry.
You just get extra articulation for free.
Exactly. Yeah, dude. I want to actually talk about, since we're on the topic of those Ultimate Edition boots. Is that something that we can see, kind of sprinkled out here and there, or is it a case by case basis?
Yeah, you'll see it once in a while. Sometimes, we just want to give you the bonus, right? We have the boots available. Do we want to just tool up new boots, or do we want to just use the boots that have better articulation and give that to you? Same thing for like the Hulk Hogan main event figures. People are like, oh, how come he has articulation? I mean, take the bonus. Take the bonus, and we can give it to you before it's taken away permanently. So whenever we can, we definitely want to sneak in as much possible to give you the most bang for your buck and the most awesome action figures.
And Magic, you were talking about the physique on that Elite Jade Cargill. And I think that's something that both the AEW figure and this Elite have down pat, is the physique. Now, it's it's hard to see like really unique sculpts for women these days, but I don't think it's really hard, but it's here and there, it can be here and there, but I think this go around makes me very, very hopeful for the future when it comes to women's figures. And this, I mean, let me show it again. It's like, no, it's crazy, man. Like, you could literally, it looks like a shrunken down version of Jade. And I think that's what it's all about. So this is really, really nice.
I mean, it's kind of like, it's really smart on everyone's part who had a hand in this, because it's not all unique. Like, the one I had previously worked on was 100% unique, but this one has some reused parts in it. But I think they're used so smartly that you can't even tell. It's like you still get very exact like physique in there, but it's like mixed in so brilliantly. So that's why I think what Mattel and Bill's been doing lately is like really next level design. So
wow, yeah,
really,
yeah. I'm excited for this, but the wave doesn't just end there. Holy hell!
Lexis King.
Yes, yeah. I got introduced to him as a junior of a certain Pillman of Brian, but he is now a king of Lexus. Okay, not the car brand, but he's Lexis King. This looks fantastic, man. Maybe like this gives me like MJ vibes. I don't know about you guys, but I love this gear so much. I'm not a big Lexis King fan, but I think his beard is absolutely hilarious, and I think the way he's making himself look really, really unique is for something like if a mainstream or a casual fan sees a photo of that guy's beard, they go, "What medium is this? What is happening? What beard is this?" So
What year
I
is
think yeah, what year is it as well? So yeah, like talk my ear off about this Magic as well. How is it getting like I guess a Brian Pillman Jr. out, but Alexis King? And Steve, what do you think as well?
Good Magic.
Oh, I was super hyped to see this. I had met him a while ago, and I was always trying to get him a figure of him made. But seeing him actually in fruition in like physical form, it's amazing. I'd always loved his old mullet, and like I thought he had probably the best mullet of all time.
Yeah,
but
dude.
This new hair, this new iteration is like pretty next level. It's kind of insane. Like he's doing something I don't think anyone else is doing, and he's really working it and pulling it off. And that soft goods jacket's like spectacular with the nice printed detail. Like it looks like really awesome.
Yeah.
Jimmy Hart says, don't dress like the fans. And he definitely doesn't. Like, he is in entertainment of some sort when you see him. So that's pretty cool. And, something that Bill definitely likes to do, and I enjoy as well, is when you have like a second or third generation superstar, kind of either pairing them up with their parent or putting them in the same wave. And we got to do that here with Lexus and Brian Pillman. Hollywood Blonde days. So pretty rad.
Yeah. This popped me, putting the slides together, realizing it, and remembering that they're in the same wave together. Have you guys talked about that with Lexis King himself at all? About getting him and his father, side by side in an elite line, and maybe what that means to him?
I don't think we talked to him in person about it. A lot of things are running like crisscrossing in my head, and emails and texts and videos are mashing up, and I don't know what's real anymore. But he did a video for us at Comic-Con, that's for sure, and he was truly emotionally moved seeing both of these figures when we revealed them to him. So it's amazing to be in this position now, to where we not only make figures of our childhood heroes, heroes to you all now currently with current superstars, but also like generationally, like celebrating this guy's father in the business as well as giving him his first ever WWE action figure. So it's pretty amazing.
That's one of like the best parts of this job, I think, is that they're real people, so you get to see the real true reactions. And if people work for this their whole like lives, especially someone like him who's grew up with wrestling, so for him to actually have that reaction, we get to and share it with us, just special.
Yeah, it's like it reminds me of like masked Power Ranger figures. If they weren't like based off of an actual actor or something like that, they're just kind of out there. It's kind of whatever. But this, you can see their reactions, and you can actually see how it impacts them, how it affects them. I think back to Zoe Stark at Comic-Con, right, when you showed her figure off, and she started tearing up, and that's like very touching as a fan. And now an aspiring wrestler, I mean, that's a goal of mine, to get a figure. So like that's absolutely, I think, probably like top 10 or top 5 things on a wrestler's list nowadays, maybe, because everyone's like a kid at heart, right? And we grew up with them. So I'm very, very excited for one. And Brian Pillman as well as in this way, which you were mentioning too. Love that title.
We just got to see Pillman or Alexis King win the title last Tuesday, so that was awesome.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, The Rock made an appearance. He was like, "Here you go, Lexis, you have this." That was fantastic. And then he gave Lexus the Lexus's champion. I try to put the people's champion. It's been get me out of here. I need coffee. I want to talk your guys' ear off more about some little questions I have as well, because I got some spliced in. Yeah, Brian's boots are a super nice stream match. I want to know what your guys. Oh, I got a question before that, actually. I'm so off the rails. But I want to know what you guys think of this. So, we saw in the Championship Showdown 2-packs, Randy Orton and CM Punk, that one that released. There was this nice little title. It was quite. It's more like dull but darker, but it's a nice like kind of bronze. And this is the Ultimate Edition CM Punk. Now I want to know what is the reasoning for the difference in the titles. I can't even look at me Vanna Whiting this right now, but I want to know what the difference and why the difference in the titles.
You want to take this one, Magic? If you don't know, I'll take it.
Well, I mean, I could probably give you. I don't know this exact reason, so I'm speculating because I didn't work on this one, obviously. But within just like different factories or different paint mixtures, like things are going to change. Everything's not going to be exactly the same. People do mix these colors by hand. So with this VUM process, sometimes if you paint it a little bit thinner, it's going to come out a little brighter. If you paint it a little bit heavier, it might be a little duller. Everything's made by hand. Like it's a lot of people constructing these and doing these and manufacturing them. So nothing's going to be exactly 100% the same as it was. So if there is like a differentiation, it's probably due to those reasons.
Yeah. I actually really don't mind this one as well. I quite like this basic, Championship Showdown 2-pack, which is, get that as well. It's a great 2-pack. You get a nice CM Punk attire in it in this belt. Like, and I think this is really, really good as well. Like, I'm not knocking it at all. I kind of like it over the Ultimate Edition CM Punk one that we did get. So, yeah, I don't mind it. What about you, Steve?
I like both, but I do really like, no preference really, one or the other, but I do really like those painted titles versus the VUM sometimes. When I see them, there's just something like satisfying about them, and I instantly want to hoard them all. And I have like a big bag of like championship titles. But yeah, it's it's nice to have different options and different versions. And they all kind of vary, and if you want to mix and match, like, go for it. Nothing's stopping you from putting the VUM title on your basic and vice versa. Main event,
yeah,
sorry, you got to put $1 in the basic.
Dude, don't worry, I'm gonna be that. But
that one's painted. Is that what the issue is? I'm sorry, I didn't realize one was painted, one wasn't.
So I mean, everything you said is accurate. Some are painted, some are VUM. The PMS colors can change. Different designers are making them, so they may have preferences. All the factory differences when they, like, even when we do a straight up carry forward re-release figure with no changes, you still might see like deco differences and color differences on them because of everything Magic just outlined. So yeah, lots of factors can go into why the titles are slightly different colors.
And I'm wondering, so this is VUM?
Maybe my glasses are on.
Yeah, so it's vacuum metal.
Yeah.
That procedure, they stick metal pigment onto there with like electricity somehow. Yeah.
Sorry.
Jamie Foxx as Electro zaps each title individually.
From Amazing Spider-Man 2, not No Way Home, Jamie Foxx. Exactly. I need him to look ridiculous. No, I kind of like that character design. I don't know about you guys. It did look crazy, but I kind of like the crazy.
Oh, my
Spider-Man Friday? Wait, let's see. No way! Shout out to Pablo. Let's go. Dude, we have the whole blood.
It's going to be his birthday pretty soon. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Everyone, I want to can everyone put a happy birthday in the chat for Pablo, please? We got the whole almost bloodline here. It's running deep. And I love this. Pardon?
So he's Pablo Ortiz.
Okay, well, we got we got everyone watching. We got the extended family watching. We got everyone. So I want to actually know as well, Magic, what are some of your highlight attires / talent that you'd want to work on from 2024?
2024. That's a hard one. I could give you an easy answer for 2025. With the easy answer in my head, the Pentagon.
Yeah,
as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, that's the one. We have to make this somehow. Yeah.
How about yourself, Steve?
Yeah.
I want to make the winner of the 2025 Royal Rumble. Wait, you said 2024. I think we're probably making them, to be honest with you. Yeah, I can't tell you because then I'd have to kill you. No.
I mean, that Mania Rock, like, for one, is like such a quick turnaround, in my opinion. That's less than a year.
It's pretty quick.
Yeah,
and
that's incredible.
Sometimes you see with like this rush ahead of Chinese New Year's. A lot of these figures that we have earmarked to come out a little bit later start to show up earlier, like via Ringside and whatnot. And actually, you already have the Bray Wyatt set of Ultimates like hitting Walmarts already here in the U.S. Yeah. So it's pretty crazy when you see things showing up like way earlier than anticipated. So look, my figure wishes come true on a regular basis, and I try to make all of your figure wishes come true more so than mine. So I think everything we want hopefully will come to fruition in time.
Awesome. Oh, hell yeah. So that makes me excited. I don't know, man.
That's my answer because I couldn't remember anything specific off the top of my head.
Me either. It's hard to remember 24 now. It's been
yeah.
So
I mean, you guys are working on so much product. It's like, what year was even this? What year was this the time? All this stuff. But that leads me to this. WrestleMania 40. For the main event, it was, for night one, I'd say, Rock, Roman, Seth, Cody. And they all got gifted, special WrestleMania 40 watches. And they actually had, I think, the WrestleMania logo in the watch on the surface, maybe on the clock watch face. Is that clock face? I don't remember. And I'm wondering, is there a possibility that we can get that on a figure? Maybe a Cody, a Seth, a Rock, a Roman?
Maybe.
Potentially.
That's something I'd love to see, because I think it's just like
series.
Yeah, dude. I think people would want that. Like, there's so many people who want watches. There's not enough watches in wrestling figures, so I think you guys are making that different now.
Don't quit your day job. I'm kidding. We love the watches. We tooled up a watch and we're using the heck out of it. So maybe.
Hell yeah. Well, that makes me excited. Something I'd like to see. And that reminds me, let me get my slides. These slides are haphazard with me today. I want to ask, we got AJ Styles in Pro Wrestling Noah, and he had a match against Marufuji. And I'm wondering, since we got, Shinsuke, we got an attire of his in Pro Wrestling Noah, that makes me think there's a possibility that we can get this AJ Styles in an Elite line.
I don't know, but look at that second set from the top of abs on AJ. They're huge.
Dude, they're massive.
AJ is jacked.
He's very hairy too, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Hairy abs. Anyway, I think we need to flock this version of AJ. So AJ, get well soon. Come back so we can put this figure into very serious consideration.
Yeah, I mean,
I know you've already brought it up. I know it's definitely been brought up before. This specific look.
I know Bill is he is screaming at the heavens for this. I mean, I am too, Bill. Don't worry, I'm with you. I hear you. I think that would be such a cool thing. And we haven't seen AJ sport the mask in a hot minute. It's been years. So that was a cool thing to come back as well, and I'd love to see that as an accessory. So fingers crossed. How about that? Let me get my slides up. Sorry, man. Oh my God. Who is this guy? Where'd they hire this guy from? That's the thing. They didn't hire me. That's the problem. We got more reveals. So talk my ear off about this. I can't remember which set this is, but I believe it's a Build-A-Figure set. And that Build-A-Figure is going to be Gorilla Monsoon. So let me talk about that real quick. Last time we saw this Gorilla Monsoon, it was a collector's edition in Elite 60-something, right? It was around that area. And it came with, again, two different suit jackets, 2 arms, all that stuff. And you guys are making a new Gorilla Monsoon. We got some new parts choices that you guys have sculpted from over the long years, that you haven't made it this Gorilla yet. So, I mean, and man, there's a new tie, everything. So I'm really, really excited for this. Absolutely overdue, in my opinion, for me to get this, but I know I was late on that older Gorilla Monsoon.
This is WWE president. I think he was still president. Gorilla Monsoon during the Monday Night War era. These are Monday Night War Elite's greatest hits. So this is that period of time where Steve Austin was coming into his own after the 316 moment, feuding with the Hart Foundation, and Gorilla Monsoon was the authority figure. So he's pointing at Austin and trying to keep him in line as Austin's running amok on Monday Night Raw here. I think The jacket is going to be a slightly different shade than what you're seeing here on final product. Okay. I think here what you're seeing mirrors the original release, but it's going to be, it should be a little bit redder to match content. And I think it's, I don't know if you have it there. I don't have it here. But the date on the packaging, I think, is that moment where Brett was in the ambulance and Austin was, you know, being mischievous, and Monsoon was trying to keep Austin at bay so they can get Brett to the medical facility.
The local
in WWE terms, right?
The local medical facility, yeah, of course. I mean, we gotta. I mean, that's the real health insurance that I need. Okay, that's what I need. But yeah, this is something that I'm excited for. And when we get to the Build-A-Figure wave itself, I mean, we're seeing DDP, Steve Austin, Bret Hart, Ken Shamrock. I love that Shamrock as well, and that Austin, man. Fantastic. I mean, I think all these figures are really, really nice. I love how that pink turned out on the Brett. It is so vibrant. I think that's perfect. So I think you guys like, I mean, the pink has been pretty close for the year, but I think that's the closest the pink has been in a Bret Hart, in my opinion. You know, we have the million.
It's funny because we went back and forth on that pink a lot just to make sure it was right. So I'm glad you said that.
Talk to me about it. Yeah, how was that? Those discussions? What were they like?
Was this your call? This particular pink Magic? I feel like
it ended up being my call, but it was definitely a team decision to make sure it got to where it needed to be like a really vibrant, saturated pink. Because I think Steve had brought up in meetings that it was kind of dull, and we hadn't been capturing that look previously. We definitely wanted to make sure this one was perfect and try to get it as close to that neon pink as we can. Because I mean, obviously, there's some limitations with it. It's a painted color. It's painted over black or whatever color it's painted on, so it's going to have a different show through. It's going to react differently, but yeah, definitely took some time to make sure it was nice and it popped really well.
Yeah, Magic has obviously taken over this line now. This particular wave was a team effort, transitioning from the old designer to Magic, and then some help from Bill McKenna, Bill Bennick, and myself as well here. So we got that Brett right. Full credit to Hector, the former designer of this line, because he's the one who implemented that nice gloss on DDP's tights.
Oh,
and it's
wow.
really, really nice, because I asked Bill about it. I was like, was this you? And he was like, no. So that was Hector who did that. So way to go, Hector. Basing that figure off of Bill's unreleased Ultimate, as well as the former the two original DDP figures that came out in Legends and an older Elite wave. He's the Chase in the wave, and then Hector plussing it up with that nice gloss on there. Ringmaster from his first WWE appearance, his WWE debut, and I think he includes like the hand when he's like, put your hand up to the screen, as you did earlier in this telecast. And then rounding it out, Ken Shamrock here getting the double jointed arm upgrade.
Amazing. So the glossy finish on DDP tights. So that gives me a question. Can we expect to see different finishes on different tights, whether it's going to be more matte, more glossy to be that particular talent's tights?
We're trying. Sometimes you see it on
awesome.
Kane's boots, right? You've got the gloss on the boots. John Lee, our main event designer, is very good with metallics. There's the Jake the Snake main event figure coming out with like a metallic green that kind of like represents that sheen that you see on his specific tights. So whenever we can plus it up with things like that, of course, budget allowing, we definitely want to do it.
Awesome. And how about you, Magic?
Magic hates it, by the way. Magic's like matte forever.
Make everything matte. Make everything beige and tan and taupe. I mean, I definitely love metallic colors, and that's something I've always trying to implement in every figure I can, because when you see these guys' attires, most of the time it is a metallic color. It's rarely ever a flat color, because they usually use like lycras with nice, cool holographic speckles in them. So there's a lot of stuff going on that it's like when you take a really close look at it, you can see all these really nice detail. So seeing this DDP with like this bright, really, really glossy, like distinct black on it, it's like it's so black, like it almost looks white because it's so reflective,
Right.
So yeah, definitely metallics and different finishes is something I would really like to implement more often. How
about going and doing your research for this wave, Magic? What's what's something that's funny that you look back on when it comes to that sort of era and you go, wow, that is pretty different to the modern era? Are there any things that stick out?
When we're on again a year from now, ask the same question. But Magic, you can talk now about things that people know about.
Oh,
In that Pacific Wave we just looked at, because I came onto that pretty late.
or anything, you know.
just your work on the line so far. How is it going back and doing your research? You don't have to go into specifics, but what's are there anything funny that's different from this era of wrestling to that?
I mean, I brought up something in our pre-conversation about a promo Bubba Ray Dudley cut that I don't think he'd probably get away with cutting now on the YouTube. But no, there's like a lot of funny moments that I just completely forgot that when I was watching research, like I really jogged a core memory in my head of being up late at night watching it in my room, screaming at the TV or laughing hysterically. So yeah, it's been really fun just to go back and discover these moments again.
Oh yeah, that makes me excited because I know you're a fan at heart as well, and that just helps. I've got a question here, and I want to give a shout out to Alex West Collects for this photo. Go see his reviews on the Elite 115 waves. Great, beautiful reviews, amazing guy. Get him to 10K the subs by the end of 2025. Pretty please. He absolutely deserves it and more. But on the right, we can see the Elite 115 Drew McIntyre, and on the left, we can see his, I believe, prior Elite to that. I want to know, was there a reason for the skin tone change?
No idea.
Sorry. Yeah, this goes back to what I was talking about, like different, like these colors, the skin tones in particular are plastic pellets that are mixed. So it's not always going to be 100% exactly the same across the line. So you can say with specific color, like a PMS 728, and that'll be different each time you get it. So it's really just like making sure you're kind of diligent about it. So when you see this Drew, like it looks pretty close to it. Like when you see it, it's only when you compare an older one where you're like, oh, it's actually quite off. But if you don't have the older one on hand, like you might not notice it. But it's still a pretty nice color. But obviously that's something we definitely want to improve on and make sure everything is as consistent as possible.
Oh yeah, dude, you need a raise, Magic. Are you seeing this, Steve? Steve, you got a competition for your spot, man.
Me? Yeah, design.
Officially,
Magic's
gonna steal your spot.
This is why we wanted Magic back for this. Come on.
Yes, dude. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Magic. From the bottom of my chart. But hey,
is that a user with a question? Ask away from the bottom of my chart. What's your question? No.
That's my burner, actually. Sorry. That's my alt account. I also want to talk about this as well. We have this RVD coming out into a wave as well. Now, this was previously an unreleased RVD, if I'm not mistaken. This is an unreleased attire. So talk to me about getting this out into the line again. And what did it take to actually get this out in the line?
As soon as I saw someone buy a stolen prototype of this, I was like, let's stick it to that guy and actually release it. No, I'm kidding. I mean, maybe
I love stolen prototype. No, I'm sorry.
Maybe I'm aware that happened, but that's not why we put it out. So, we don't like our hard work to go to waste. Especially when people know that something is coming, we don't want to disappoint people. So with waves like Greatest Hits and From the Vault, it gives us opportunities to go back, whether it's an older figure and improve it, or something that got far enough along in the design process that we can tap into it and actually release it. And I think Magic here took this one home and was able to make it come to fruition at ringside From the Vault. So whenever possible, if there's a figure we worked on that had to get postponed or canceled for some reason, we will always try to look for a way to get it out there.
Hell yeah.
I just recently got a sample of this. It looks insane in hand. Yeah. You guys are in for a treat.
Can you ship it to me, please? I thought I'd ask.
I'm actually blown away by how true to this image the figure was actually able to be. Like, it looks spectacular.
I'm very, very excited for this, man. Like, especially like white attire gears for Rob Van Dam, I think are so clean. And I think, yeah, absolutely. This Elite was something I knew I was excited for. maybe when he was in, the company 2013, 2012, whenever that was, right? So, I mean, and to finally get it, I feel like a boy at heart. I feel like a kid again. So, this is very, very exciting to me.
And Magic, thank you for making this a reality now, but giving Bill McKeon his flowers. He was the original designer of this figure. I don't know why. He won't tell me why this wasn't released the original time. It was before my time at Mattel. But Bill has his secrets, and I have to allow him to keep them sometimes. But it's here now. We made it happen. So thank you, Bill, and thank you, Magic.
I love you, Magic.
Bill was actually questioning why it's in the vault. He's like, well, this was never released. Why is it part of the vault? And I had to tell him it's so deep into the vault that it was never released. That's why.
It was in the corner, tucked away.
Yeah.
Well, when I told Bill that someone bought the stolen prototype and we've got to stick it to him, then everybody was on board.
Your blood starts to boil. Yeah, there you go. Makes sense. I was wondering, are there any other unreleased attires that maybe we can see in a From the Vault line? Like unreleased figures, maybe. I don't know.
Not many.
Right.
I think, to pat ourselves on the back as a team, we have done a really good job of trying to get out just about everything. I mean, you go back to like the network spotlight, Wendy Richter, and so many figures that just got shuffled around. There's only a small handful left that we worked on that didn't come out. So I don't know if they'll make it out or not, but we'll keep trying to make things happen.
Hell yeah. Very, very nice. And I love a good trash can too. So shout out to that as well. Always love a good trash can. Let's see what else I got on the things. Let's see. We got one more slide here to talk about. No, Steve, you can yawn. It's okay. Just let that puppy sing, dude.
Yawning is because your brain is overheating because I'm so stimulated from the conversation.
Is that true?
It's like your fan mechanism for your brain.
You should be a politician.
It really is. It really is. It's like your fan mechanism for your brain when you yawn. That's why at the end of a long day, when you've been like working hard, you yawn. Yeah, anyway, Roman Reigns. OTC. OTC.
No, OTC. I want to talk about this.
Look at that smile. Look at those teeth.
The new SummerSlam wave. I think this is a great likeness to Roman. I want to know why you guys went with the smiling skin. Maybe that's a design question. And also, these are two different head sculpts. So I want to know as well, what was the reasoning for the two different head sculpts as opposed to the removable hair tech?
I don't know. So this designer, he's no longer on the WWE team. And I didn't ask him, what his thought process was of picking the portraits to have the sculptor work on. My ask was that we nail the shaved sides of the head. And I think he did. So mission accomplished there. So I don't know. Maybe he just likes Roman's pearly whites like I just called out.
He's a handsome smile, so it had to be captured in figure form.
When you see that picture of him smiling, how could you not?
Yeah. I want him to bring back the gap. That's what I want.
Hey now,
Roman, you need to bring back the gap. Bring back the blue eye contacts.
You're gonna get us. You're gonna get us heat. Stop it.
That's what I'm here for. I'm a heater, right? I think it'd be fun to be like a Cornette sort of heel manager at some point for in wrestling because I'm in train. Anyway, that's a conversation for another day. Hey,
can you do a Cornette impression?
Not PG.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Hey, those are all my slides, but those aren't all my questions. Okay, bang, 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 bang. So, I want to ask Steve. Maybe this is a question for you more so, but what goes into making a full elite wave? What are there some things that maybe
plastic, paint, some cardboard for the packaging, of course. Is that it? Probably. Maybe containers.
Yeah.
That's the secret formula.
I'm making a rival company because of that. But oh my god. Anyway, maybe that was a real question. It was already dissipated from my brain after my cockamamie BS answer. Okay, what goes into it? So how detailed do we want to get here? Let's just say we're planning a wave. We're planning a wave, right? How about you explain it like I'm 5?
Oh boy.
So talk to you normally.
We make figures. You buy. Buying good. So you want to balance a wave with A-list. We call them anchor characters, talent. Those are the ones who have the longest runway of sell-through at retail, right? So when you look at POS, point of sale, on a weekly basis, those A-list, A-tier characters typically remain really strong for the longest stretch of time. That's why they're 2 per case, because they have that strength to keep performing week after week. Then you have your middle tier characters. They're very recognizable. You know who they are. You want action figures of them. The gear is great, but they're just, a step below popularity-wise from your A-listers, your Roman Reigns and John Cena's of the world. Then within every wave, you want to throw in like 1 or 2 fan service level characters like the Executioner. I think that's a perfect example. Like the diehards really want the Executioner, but you don't want to oversaturate the market with that, because moms and little Jimmy are like, who the heck is the Executioner? I don't have the WWE network anymore, and this isn't on Netflix yet. So, what are you going to do? But we know, because we're nerds. So we want the Executioner, gosh darn it. So that's kind of how you build an all appealing wave, right? And then within that, there's other elements as well. Do you have, proper representation across all the television shows? Do you have a legend in there for those types of fans? So you want a little mix of everything. So that wave, you make it as appealing as possible to the entire WWE fandom, which of course is very fragmented over generations. Some people just collect women action figures. Some people just like your A-listers. Some people only want one of each superstar, first time in the line only. So, it's a mixed bag there, but ultimately it's super popular, and it's all grounded in those strong performing anchor talent that are heavily weighted. Was that the answer you wanted?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that was a great answer. That was really detailed. And that makes me question, like, when you get those, like, the bigger hitters, like the 2 big anchors, as you called them, when this hypothetical elite wave, right, gets shipped out to a retailer, do you get more of those anchors in the shipment as opposed to, like, maybe the deep cut elites? So you get maybe, let's say, 3 of the anchors, or maybe 4 of the anchors in one shipment to a retailer, and only maybe 2 of the deep cut figure, for example.
Yeah. So you play with your case weighting to make that to try to ensure the best sell through possible. You try to avoid over shipping. So you'll typically get 2. Let's just make a fake wave here: 2 CM Punks, 2 Roman Reigns, Lexis King. Who else? Jade Cargill. Who else? Brian Pillman. No, Brian Pillman is, as a Hollywood blonde. I'm going to throw him in your kind of world builder fan service slot. So he's the 6th. So give me one more. Jake the Snake, right? So there's your wave. So you've got 1 of all those characters in the case. It's a case pack of 8, and then 2 and 2 of CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Then you may go a step further, and you may want more longevity out of that wave. So let's just say, oh man, this comes out in January. Retail sales and demands are off the charts at the moment. This has to last 2 months until the next brand new wave hits. What do we do? So then we might deviate out. Like, let's pull out Jake the Snake and pull out Brian Pillman. And now you're left with, the characters that have, a little more presence and staying power on shelf. And you can get more longevity out of that, because your CM Punks and Romans, they'll just keep performing regardless, right? And then you take the risk out, but you satisfied that consumer demand for the X amount of thousands of people who want those figures, and you put the brakes on those, and then you keep selling what you think you can continue to sell safely. I already forgot what the real question was, but I hope that answered it.
Yeah. Like, getting, exactly. Like, getting different shipments out to the retailers and all that. Like,
So you're managing that, like, in detail, in the weeds, like paying attention to what's happening, and then you cut it off. Like, we know when an existing version of a CM Punk or a Roman Reigns will stop performing, and you cut it off, and that's it. Move on to the next wave. You could send that stuff to, you know, Kohl's or Big Lots or whatever. That's a different retailer, because what we also see is just because you shop at Walmart, it doesn't mean you also shop at Target. There are like people who just shop in individual locations, whether it's because of geography or preference. So you can move those units elsewhere, but you know when it's time to stop at Walmart or stop at Target and move on to a new wave.
Right. And that brings me to this question as well. Australia was the first country, I could be wrong about this, but was the first country to get Elite 113 in stores. So I went to a store, I went to my local store, whole wave of Elite 113. I grabbed like 4. I didn't even have the money to grab 4, and I grabbed 4. So I didn't even have that expendable income, but I did it anyway. And it was, I still think it's nuts to me. Because I remember there was a hashtag going around, Steve, I don't know if you remember this, but like over a decade ago, it was like, Australia for elites or something like that. Elites for Australia. There was a huge thing blow up here, and I remember the first elite wave in how many years was like Elite 38, and then there was another like little hiatus shortly, and now we're getting like updated with America, with the UK. So talk to me a little bit about that, like getting it out to international people. I don't know, man. I think I'm just really selfishly wanting you to talk about Australia.
Well, excuse me.
See, it's true.
This is happening. WWE on
Yeah.
Netflix. It's kind of a big deal. And when you can use any opportunity possible to generate excitement with retailers, you can see results like you're seeing now. And I'll use like a theatrical movie as an example. Superman, the Superman trailer came out recently. There's a big push. There's talk of that reinvigorating the DC theatrical universe. People are excited. So guess who else is excited? Retailers. And guess what else they're going to do when it comes time for a movie like Super. I'm making this up, by the way. This isn't like real information. They're going to hypothetically get excited and want to give more space to accommodate a DC movie. Right? They're going to want more product because they know that the fans are going to be excited, and there's going to be a period of time, hopefully long enough to lead into a Christmas, where they can capitalize on the popularity of Superman in the DC universe, right? So the same thing applies to WWE and Netflix. January 1st, debut on Netflix, pretty much globally. What does that mean? Everyone gets to watch it. We want WWE product at retail because everyone's going to be seeing this. It's going to be easy to watch. It's the biggest streaming platform. And, now you're having more ease of getting newer product at your retailers. Whereas before, the biggest driver was most likely your pay-per-views or live events that would hit your area. Like I think you may have seen when WWE would come to Australia, you might get a little bit of a boost, right? Some new products at retail or whatever. So that was what was driving it then. But really, like Netflix is what a game changer. Everybody is excited in every aspect of the business and fandom.
Is that something that you guys would want to be a part of when, let's say, like, I mean, I'm selfishly asking this because I want to meet you guys so bad, but when WWE do a pay-per-view here again, is that like, or if they do another pay-per-view, I feel like it's in the books in the next year or two maybe. Can I see you guys here?
Yeah, I've been researching my kangaroo and giant spider repellent to prepare for the trip there. So hopefully this can happen.
Just hold me like a shield. It'll be fine.
Right.
Just pick me up like a shield and I'll
for the kangaroo tail reinforced drop kicks.
That's my there you go, finisher.
Yeah. But yes, absolutely. We would love to. Bill McKenna is a world traveler. Me and Magic would love to make the trek out and meet Australian fans and show you reveals and give you the real experience that, American fans get to experience at WrestleMania and San Diego Comic-Con.
That'd be incredible. Like something like Bill McKenna does, where he goes over to the UK, and does it shows a little bit of reveals off here and there. I think that'd be awesome here.
Did you? This is horrible for me to say, but also I hope you accept it graciously. Did you ever watch the Outback Jack promos of him coming to the WWE over the course of many, many, many weeks?
I think Tom Montalto, the OG Fig Kid, was telling me, he was letting me know about it, and I even mashed up Timey Kangaroo Down Sport and the Hardys theme song. But if I played it, it'd get copyright striked. But yeah, Tom Montalto. I don't know a lot, but tell me.
So you should watch some of them. It took forever for him to get there, and he was having lots of experiences before getting to the U.S. and the WWE. But we should do the reverse. We should have like Bill McKenna preparing for his Australia trip.
He just does vignettes.
Yeah, just vignettes for like 6 months leading up to it of all his mishaps getting to Australia with the same music and everything.
He's like, I tried to drive there, but the wrong side of the road, all this stuff. Yeah, that'd be great.
Are you on the other side of the road?
Yeah, we're on the left side.
Shaking his head. Magic shaking his head.
That's
What
not
do you
right.
mean? You guys still have the metric system or something. That's weird.
We got Imperial system.
I mean, we got the metric. You got the imperial system. That's weird.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It is.
Okay, I'm sorry. You guys admit your flaws. No, I'm joking. But yeah, so moral of the story, be Australian and be nothing else. Thank you.
And
I
don't
got some more
put any of us behind the wheel in Australia.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I might. I didn't even trust me at that point. But anyway, I want to actually ask another question as well. This goes more into the sort of into the weeds, I guess, of how the stuff, how the sausage is made. What is a planogram?
A planogram. A planogram.
Yeah, for the people who
I
are
said,
uninitiated, I feel like I have a little inkling, but I don't want to get it wrong.
so I say a lot of these things. I try to be as transparent and try to share the knowledge with all you guys, because I'm your man on the inside, right? So when I say them, and if you don't know, I don't expect you to know, but you can always do a follow-up and say, what does that mean, right? So if I'm in the forums answering your questions and you're like reaming me out because, it's the wrong shade of pink on Bret Hart or whatever, and I say, well, Target wanted it on planogram in the wrong shade of pink, you can always say, oh, what's planogram, please?
Dude, imagine just spending time doing that, by the way. This shade of pink, what the heck, man? Sorry, that's funny to me.
Yeah. So anyway, planogram is
Yes.
the map basically of how things are set at retail. It's called Mod 2. Walmart and Target, one uses one uses the other, but it's the same thing. You see it taped there when they do an aisle reset every quarter or every half a year. You see them clearance a bunch of stuff out. Target is the best example. You guys have seen it time and time again. Every quarter, all the old stuff, WWE and beyond, it's clearanced out. They have that piece of paper there. It says what goes on each of the pegs, and that's how they map it out, right? So, if it's on planogram, if it's on that piece of paper, they should have that product theoretically come through at least at some point. So it's just like you are awarded space on the planogram, a couple of feet for WWE, and these are where the things go and where they fit. And there's no surprises beyond that for that period of time, right? So there's no you go there and you hope oh man, I hope just, in the middle of February, a Saturday night's main event line just pops up out of nowhere at Walmart. That's never going to happen, right? It's going to be on planogram. It's predictable. And then when you see that next piece of paper go up, take a look at it. Don't pull it down. Leave it there for those, employees. But take a look at it, and you can see how things are going to be mapped out in your particular store.
Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I hope that kind of explains a lot more for people who aren't aware. That helped me a lot. I mean, I think I knew. Mike
in the chat. Sorry, Mike in the chat just translating my gibberish for
to a 5-year-old. Thank you.
So
Mike.
Just do that for me. You're my official translator going forward. Just everything condensed to one sentence. Boom. It's blue.
Yeah.
The answer.
Yeah, exactly. Chat GPT. I mean, get out of here.
Mike who needs that? Well, we've got Mike. Yeah. Mike in his real estate outfit.
Exactly. Oh, thank you, Mike. Can you, Mike? There's a housing crisis over here. Please get me. Please help me out.
Real estate, Mike. Real estate, Mike.
Mike Bellicast. I can't. I was gonna think of a pun, but it's not happening. Let's say this. Let's say this. How
let's
about
say
another?
What? This.
Magic.
What?
Okay, look, it's fine. It was a dumb question. So, I was talking about implementing stuff from your prior job, right, from AEW Jazzwares. Would there be, I don't know, because we did see this on a Mankind and Defining Moments. Would there be more is it easier to get, let's say, ketchup on figures? Maybe a little bit of tomato sauce on some figures in the future?
I mean, if you're eating a good burger next to a figure, there's always a chance to get ketchup on there. Those things can get pretty messy pretty quickly. So definitely,
I will say the B word if you want me to.
I guess that's a Steve question more than it's a me question.
Yeah.
No B words, please.
Yeah, no B words. But is there? Can we expect to see maybe more ketchup on figures? I mean, I will. It's very funny saying it like that. But first thing I'm thinking of is like that the Bad Blood match with Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. I mean, I feel like that could be an amazing 2-pack, an elite 2-pack, and you get, it's kind of like similar to a Blood and Guts pack maybe or something like that, but its own little way. I feel like that for Ketchup and Guts pack, but that could be like its own little thing, right? Like I feel like that'd be super super cool, and I feel like maybe with Netflix it could be a new regime. I don't know, just speculating again, but is that something that maybe could be more possible now, Steve?
I don't know that anything has happened that would make that more possible, but we will always try, and they will always listen to our pitches, and who knows what the future will hold or what circumstances will arise that allow us to do something like that.
Yay. So, bloody Nick Storm figure. I mean, Ketchup Nick Storm figure in the process, guys.
I thought you were talking about legitimately like Magic catching up on WWE figures or something. I was like, what's he talking about? Catching up.
I think I pronounced it like ketchup as well. I pronounced it wrong. So we called ketchup here tomato sauce. So
really?
So that's and then
I would have understood you. Then.
And then okay, well, I mean, and then we call like pizza sauce like tomato paste. It's weird, man. I need to get me out of here. No, I'm joking. But wait, I said Ringside Collectibles. What do you do on Ringside Collectibles anyway?
Use code ICON.
That explosion scared me, dude.
It scared the S out of me.
I'm so sorry, man. I had to keep you on your toes. I forgot to play that this episode.
Was that loud enough for you? Whoever was commenting on the volume earlier?
Yeah. I hope that helped. I hope that really helped. But speaking of CM Punk as well, we saw at MSG that he had to come down and help his friend Damian Priest in a steel cage match, but he didn't have time to do anything. This reminded me of like an old 80s like house show spot or something like that. But he didn't have time to get changed. He had a shower cap on and a towel. Is there a possibility that we could get this look in a figure at any point?
We'd love to. I don't know if, hey, look, WWE has to approve it. We got to find a home for it, but it's fun as heck. And we did his house show loop gear from last year, so maybe it'll happen.
Just got to tell us that Nick really wants a naked CM Punk figure more than anything.
Was he messaging you about that too?
Shh, guys, no. I thought I slipped you a $5 each for that. Did not say it on stream.
Whoops.
Whatever.
Take it out of my tip money.
Yeah. I'll take it out of your cut. Yeah, that we have definitely got a tip to. Anyway, Rod, Mr. Rod, he was the guy talking about the volume. He says loud and clear.
Hey.
So I think that's a good thing. I got another question here from @John2Clumsy. Could we expect maybe an exclusive for John Cena's retirement tour? Maybe like, I wouldn't say maybe an exclusive line, but maybe, like an exclusive packaging started design, maybe for a figure. Is there any plans for John Cena's retirement tour?
Not to announce anything ahead of ourselves, but yes, we'll do something for John Cena in some way. Of course, he's one of the biggest stars of all time, and there's going to be figures to celebrate him. When, where, how is still TBA, to be announced. That's what that means. Yeah, of course, we want to celebrate John. He's unbelievable. He's been so good to Mattel, so toyetic with his gears over the year. Knows what's up, knows how to get new action figures made. All it takes is a new colored T-shirt. So we'll see how that pans out throughout the year.
I actually got a prototype of one right here. It's got the new hat. See it?
And the towel too,
Exclusive-
yeah, and the whole
exclusive
shirt. Oh my
reveal.
god, dude.
John Cena exclusive just for you, Nick. Pretty
Wait,
nice.
let me. Wait, sorry. All right, yeah. Oh my god, we can get a good look at it now.
Classic. This is the one everyone's been asking for, so I hope people are really happy about it.
Screen
Did you
cap
have
this,
a-
everybody, and Photoshop stuff into Magic's hand.
Oh no.
It almost fell out of my chair. But no, that's a big pop from me. What am I doing on here? What?
What are you trying to
Guys,
show
get
us?
me outta here.
Nothing? Oh,
Okay, I'm trying to show you this John Cena figure, guys. Look, see, I have
there it
studio
is.
shots right here.
Exclusive reveal.
Where'd
We
you
have
get that
studio
so fast?
shots.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
I took them. I steal your product from your hands. I want to ask another. Oh, that actually also made me think of. Let me switch you guys back. Maybe like a 4-pack or a multi-man pack for John Cena's retirement tour, like going through the years or something like that. I feel like that could be super cool packaging, like the Hulk Hogan one that we saw recently. I feel like that could be insanity. But hey, it's fine. I'll just keep giving you good ideas for free. It's fine. The silence is deafening. So I want to ask as well, what has been your reaction to the feedback on the factory switch? So people who aren't aware, there's been like a factory switch in Mattel the past year, made for some good stuff and some hit and miss stuff here and there, to be completely blunt about it. But I want to know what has been your reaction to it.
We're plugged in. Like, I'm on social media every day interacting with all you guys and scrolling, and I follow a million toy accounts. So I've chimed in a few times. I'll say it again here. You're going to see issues in a mass-produced product. Of course, we want to know about it, right? Like, it's our stuff. We care about it. We made it. We want to make you guys happy. But please, any issues that you run into, report it to Mattel officially. I think it's on the bottom of the box, information on the bottom of the box or back of the box sometimes. Report it to Mattel. They take this stuff seriously. There are QE and QC employees who will investigate it. They take all these reports seriously, and then they can make real change happen. Yes, we can try to push some of this stuff through. But like, then you're just like, instead of going directly to the source of where the action can take place, it's tertiary. And then we've got to try to like push it through a system. So we want to hear about it, but please report it all officially and they will take care of it. And then change can happen, because then they know that this stuff is coming from you guys. And it's just not our preference coming from the team. Oh, Bill and Steven Magic, they collect, maybe it's just them complaining. Right. They'll see real complaints, and they'll see real issues, and they can document them and go to the factory and make things better.
Great. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. No, I'm just kidding. And plus, like, most of my fixes have been that sort of stiff leg issue, but if you heat it up, I mean, it's a good fix for it. So I mean, hey, like, there are ways.
But tell them, even stuff like that you fix, please
Yeah.
tell them. I encourage you to tell them, because it's one thing for me to say I experience it, but for them to have, oh my gosh, this new wave hit and we've got 24, of the same issue. Like, that's impactful more than me saying I'm seeing it online, because, that only goes so far.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you for that. And also I want to get a broad timeline on wait, what did I write here? Past me is on that good or something. But I want to know as well, like, there has been different inconsistencies with CM Punk elites. Like, for example, there's the defining moments from memory. The chest tattoo was more vibrant than, let's say, the Elite 113. I'm really weird about that sort of stuff, but I notice it.
That's his desktop screen background is just all photos of CM Punk's deco on his chest.
Yep. I mean, again, I slipped you a $5 for that, Steve. I'm gonna have to have a word with you off stream. No, but yeah, I was wondering, is that like just a case of different factories take different elite waves into doing what? Because the Elite 113 had a darker chest, and had from memory it actually had the same tattoos but on different spots, so it looked like they were actually newly illustrated. But I don't know if that's not the case or whatever they kept. So I was wondering, what is the crux of those like inconsistencies, if there is one?
There's a couple things. One would be different designers. I think at this point there are probably 3 to 4 designers who have worked on CM Punk figures since his return, maybe 5, and that will cause changes.
This one?
Did you do any punks yet? Maybe. Anyway, don't answer that.
I don't know.
But he's definitely had eyes on CM Punk figures in progress. That's for sure. Where was I? Oh, so it depends. Is that designer calling out, hey, recreate this tattoo artwork and sending reference photos? Are they saying, hey, use the tattoo artwork from this previous figure? Like, there could be a whole host of issues. Maybe they're saying use this tattoo artwork from this previous figure, and it's too outdated, and Punk has more tattoos since then. That could all be happening and in play. And then as far as the colors go, Magic answered a little bit of why that could happen. Maybe a designer just has a preference, like, hey, it looks dull to me on these reference photos. This is how I want my product represented. And somebody else likes the vibrancy amped up, and they amp it up. But I will say, I think the desire is for the team to have one uniform set of Punk deco across all collector SKUs. So working on that, see if we can make that happen. But always difficult once again, because you're working with partners overseas. So we just got to get on the same page and see how we can improve that.
And talking about CM Punk,
translate that, Mike.
Yeah, 1 second now. Your time to
tattoos good.
Tattoo good.
Steve bad.
That sounds like the forum. No, I'm joking. It's a big joke. But, yeah, this is just beautiful. I want to just give you guys your flowers for this figure. This was my top figure of 2024, without a doubt. And I want to ask, what were some of your top figures from 2024? Maybe top 3 each, if you can't think of them. Just maybe even number 1 each.
Go ahead, Steve.
Oh, you. In no particular order, that figure you just showed, Ultimate Edition Papa Shango, and what else? I can cheat. I have figures behind me.
I'll count 2 packs.
I'm gonna start. Ways thinking. The Mosh and Thrasher, I think those are up there for me. Those are really cool. The Dudley Boys, those were awesome. And I keep thinking Rhea Ripley came out last year, but she's barely available for Mattel Creations now. But that Ultimate
nobody owns it yet. Actually, I only think one person owns it.
I've seen it since last year, so I'm counting it as last year.
Not me.
Talk about me. I do have one. Yes.
Oh, there you go. 2 people own it.
I can own it. I'll own it if you guys.
Steiner Brothers. How could I forget?
Yeah. I feel like there's you could have all these lists for top 5 elites of the year, top 5 ultimates of the year. I mean, I've seen people do it, right? Did
you see it? WWE Retro Stars does a poll every year, and I think Punk won top figure of the year.
There you go. Shout out to Retro Stars, and I think AIC as well, Adventures in Collecting, do something similar.
They do a tournament, and we get trounced every year on WWE. So all you viewers, everybody, all you viewers need to vote on that AIC poll and have us have a victory this year. AIC_podcast. Okay, get onto it. But yeah, I feel like you could absolutely just have people just collecting Ultimate Editions now, and then they're set on that, because it's so vast now, and for Ultimate Editions as well, is it gonna still stay 3 characters per line, or maybe in the future will it be upped? Or maybe decreased or anything like that? For the foreseeable future, it'll stay the same.
Cool.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Epic. Okay. How about we're on the topic of CM Punk a little bit. So I want to talk to you guys about Punk looks you personally want to see in figure form, selfishly.
Royal Rumble, Straight Edge Society, Red Gear, CM Punk.
Yes, he wore that on a house show recently too, so I like need that.
We can't make it unless we change some things. So maybe we can make it. The G.I. Joe WrestleMania CM Punk.
Ooh, okay.
Let's change some things, Magic, and make it. Maybe.
I like that.
What else? How about you, Magic?
You guys are made of all the good stuff, so it's like it's hard to even say. It's like have to think about pretty obscure stuff at this point to pull something out of there.
Raw Netflix debut.
Yeah, I can think of one instantly, and it's something that he wore a year before for a different company, and I think it was I can't remember the pay-per-view, but it was before Bad Blood, right? It was the strap match with Drew McIntyre, the all-white gear that CM Punk did. And I remember I was like, oh, I need this in a figure, and Magic replied with like, I just talked to Mattel. They said they can't do it. And I was like, you lying son of a gun. So I'm super excited for that as well. That's a gear I know people have just been making customs for the past 2 years. So like that's gonna be one that's absolutely sought after for me. But Magic, does that breed any inspiration?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He looks great in white. He has a lot of cool white attire looks. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe he'll bring back the long johns and wear some long pants.
And WWE bring the long boys back. Would you personally want to see the long boys?
So much about it. No.
I would love the kickboxing shorts that he had on Collision for a bit there. I thought I really like that look. Hey, different company, pal. But Magic as well. I got a question for you. Were there any renders from maybe Ringside Fest reveals or anything that we've seen that you've worked on so far?
Yeah, the defining moments when we had shared some like early Paul Heyman and Kurt Angle's. Those are the first ones I had pretty much direct work on from the beginning to end. Or yeah, they're still going through. Yeah, those are so far pretty much the only ones. Otherwise, I'd come in like halfway or towards the tail end of a lot of these, and have been taken over. Yeah,
very, very. Dude, I love that Paul Heyman as well. Absolutely overdue for a Paul Heyman look, right? So absolutely is the word of the day. Okay, Pee-wee's Playhouse. Yeah, I got Cherry going crazy. People are saying La Parka would be cool. But also, I want to... Man, I'm so all over the place with my questioning. This is out of order.
We're talking about CM Punk, Wolfpack. Unless there was La Parka CM Punk.
La Parka CM Punk.
I don't think there was.
There was I don't know, maybe there was like that house show where he had the skeleton onesie and the yellow trunks over it. What about that?
Ooh. Maybe.
Please!
Would that be cheaper than his tattoos?
Maybe. Yeah, there you go.
If it is, that ups the chances.
There you go. I say yes, and I don't work for them. I say yes. Don't take my word. But back to speaking on factories, what have you noticed from the difference in product from the two factories?
I don't know, because we were implementing changes in China before moving to Vietnam, and whenever you implement changes, you do go through a period of growing pains. So I'll be honest with you, I was more concerned with getting over the growing pains versus what factory it was happening at. So I can't pinpoint like one thing or another, but like anytime you upgrade something or you evolve something, there's a fine tuning period. So really, just getting over those humps. You want to change, you want to evolve, you want to make things better and answer requests and go pinless and do double jointed and all this stuff. But it's just like getting over that little learning curve period where it takes them to really perfect the processes and product.
Very, very
Bellcaster, what did I say?
Yeah, I tuned out 5 words into that. No, I'm just kidding.
You don't have to listen anymore because we got Bellcaster.
Exactly. He's like the AI overview on Google. He's like, you look up a question, it's like Mike Bellcaster appears. But thank you all for sticking by. That was all my questions, but it's not the end of the episode because we got a few questions from you guys, you lovely people in the chat. One question I did see, but I want to ask as well while I do stall and look for more questions. What is the reasoning to the Mattel Creations CM Punk being put on delay?
So when items are produced, they come off the assembly line and they try to ship them out as soon as possible. This is everything. This is not just the CM Punk. So they have their shipping containers waiting, and they fill that shipping container up or shipping containers up with as much as they possibly can. Then you load it on the boat, and then it sets sail across the ocean to come to your ports in the US and get distributed. So when that happens, something like CM Punk, like some of the production went onto the boat and they're still producing. So we got some already. Mattel's shipping those out, and as more land and are received, we're continuing to ship them out. So it's, you know, it's getting delayed in getting to you, but it's really just a part of the transit process that they're kind of coming in batches, and they didn't all arrive on one ship. That's all.
I don't know.
No conspiracies, nothing weird.
I heard a conspiracy.
Only if Mike can confirm a conspiracy in the synopsis.
We'll have to get Jesse the body on the line and see what he thinks.
Right.
But I want to know, did you guys order them at all? Like order them from the site themselves, you two?
I don't remember. I know I ordered Cody when we did Cody. I think I ordered like 3 of them, but I don't know if I ordered the Punk or not.
Right, because I was gonna say, I don't know if you guys have getting that welcoming email every day about CM Punk. It's funny. Every few days I'm like, I get an email from Mattel Creations and it's like, your CM Punk is on delay still.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, it's shipping. It's shipping.
Yeah, they have to do that. They have to do that. They're like legally obligated to do that. So we know.
Yep.
You know, like hey.
Hey, if anything, that's like I don't have that CM Punk, but I have that email. Okay, that's all I need. That's all I need for the time. Okay, going through some more questions. Okay, we got one from Jacob the Wrestling Fan. How far in production are you in for figure lines? Like currently, do you have planned lineups for 2025, early 2026? I'm guessing. I think yeah, honestly, because I think that we've seen some renders on Ringside Fest that maybe might be akin to 2026. I don't know. I'm not answering.
Yeah. Not that we don't have wiggle room to adjust, but we're probably for some things at a midway point in 26, maybe even beyond with some concepts and stuff. So not everything is locked in stone for that period of time between now and then, but you know, some things you got to get to work a little bit earlier on. So yeah, sometime in 26.
Cool. Very, very, very exciting. Let's see this. Okay, question from TiVo67. With WWE partnering with Prime, I assume that you're allowed to include it with Logan. Do you think that Real American Beer with Hogan is a possibility? Obviously not mass retail, but maybe ringside exclusive.
That is up to those entities. I don't know who owns Real American Beer. Obviously, they have a partnership with WWE, and I think like WWE has a minority stake. Anyway, I don't know. It's up to those guys. If they want to work that out and they want us to do something and a retailer like Ringside wants to do it, we'll explore. So I don't know. I don't have an answer for you, but we're open to combos for sure.
Hey, very, very fair. Mike Belcaster says, conspiracy, Jesse the Body may have been elite articulated since the 80s.
I think maybe elite, not ultimate, but maybe ultimate someday. Wink, wink.
Stop, dude. You're so cheeky.
No promises. I'm a known liar, so according to some of the fans.
Hey, guess what? I'm promising. Don't listen to me. But no, I really would love a Coliseum collection. I feel like that's the first thing on my mind. I'd love a revamp of that one Jax Classic Superstars that he had in his like, you know, what is it? Commentator gear where he has like the beads, you know, coming down and all that stuff with his sunglasses. I mean, I feel like that would be awesome. So, hey, fingers crossed, and maybe with
so we're gonna do
main event too now. Too.
Yeah. We're going to do one ultimate. Here's the announcement. One ultimate Jesse only. And it's going to be him in a suit when he was governor.
Yes, dude. I didn't know you guys could license that look. That's awesome. That's my favorite attire. It's probably the best gear he's had. I want to thank you guys for all the questions as well, because I've got some more in here. I don't want to keep you guys for too long, so this is going to be the final stretch of the episode. Thank you all for watching as well if you made it to
just want to make sure we hit some of these. I saw some good ones come through, so.
Yeah, yeah, and if I miss some, Steve, make sure you just say them anyway. Or
Oh,
something.
you're putting me to work too? Okay, I got to work for
Yeah,
this too.
do you think this is no rest? This is no vacay. Mike says would love to see sexual chocolate Mark Henry in the vault. Yeah, since Mark's back with the company behind the scenes, I'd like to see that.
Bet you would.
What the heck, man? I can't believe this. Oh man. I try so hard to be funny, and then Magic just says that's the funniest thing of the whole episode. Thank you for that. Yeah, I would, Magic. Actually, yeah, I would.
He's great. I love Mark Henry. He's
Stand
super
on
nice.
business. Yeah, he's cool.
I don't know how back he is, though, right? I know his son has some sort of deal, but look, we get excited too when we see people affiliated with WWE, but they still need to sign that deal that allows for merch, everybody. So don't get your hopes up until we announce something.
Yeah,
or they
like
spoil
Victoria.
it by saying we signed a Legends deal,
like Victoria or Jesse the Body, or
hey.
yeah, all this stuff. But yeah, like I think from memory, Mark Henry got like a Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas letter from WWE.
I don't think a New Year card is a legally binding contract, though.
They are for where I'm from. Have I been getting into bad deals at New Year's?
You purchase things with dollary dues, so I can see that happening.
Thank you, Simpsons reference. I thank you for that. Oh my god. Okay, this is another question, sort of akin to the factory, so to speak. The Cody torso on the Scott Hall. Was there any sort of, what kind of happened there? Do you think?
But he's not answering a question, asking a question. It's just
what is this, Jeopardy?
A weird unpunctuated statement.
This is Jeopardy, yeah.
And how do you read that damn? Do you read that like Ron Simmons damn, or do you
damn?
Like damn Daniel? You guys remember that?
Yeah.
How about this? I'll ask it like this: who is the Cody torso on the Scott Hall?
Who is it?
Like Jeopardy. Yeah. You wanted a question.
Why is?
Yeah.
When is? Now.
How came to be?
The time is now. You can't see it. The time is now.
This makes me feel less bad about filibustering. Hearing you guys do that.
Okay, I'll answer for real. Yeah. There were some out there, like more than one. So what probably happened is just the wrong bin got onto the assembly line at that point of the torso, and it's just you're just rapid fire assembling things. And some got out that way, unfortunately. It wasn't all of them, that's for sure, because I don't think the US was affected. So it just seems like a batch that may have hit the UK had it. But yeah, when that happens, just think like, let's just say it's 100 torsos in a bin, right? Like until you catch it or notice something's wrong, and those aren't fans, right? They don't know like, oh, wait a minute. Scott Hall never had a dream tattoo.
Had a
on
dream
his back.
tattoo, yeah.
So, things like that unfortunately happen, and, Mattel will take care of you if you report the issue to the number on the box.
Hell yeah. So yeah, that seems to be like a big thing, reporting to the number on the box. So absolutely, you guys get out and do that. I know I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to be like, not enough Steve OZER and Magic OLMOS figures in the lines. That's what
seriously, guys. Seriously, I don't even have a first time in the line.
Yeah, okay.
Let alone 1,000 variants a la the Hulkster. I want people to be so sick of Steven Magic figures.
like
oh my god, another one.
We got Steven Magic fatigue, dude. Stop. but they sell, dude.
We don't need Madison Square Garden bath towel shower cap. Steven Magic. Steve doesn't even have hair. Why does he have a shower cap?
A great question, and then you can ask that on the bottom of the box to Mattel. No, but I was actually watching our talk as well with Bill McKenna, the last one that we did together just before, and I mentioned his 1-of-1 figure that he got custom made. Do you guys have one yet? A 1-of-1 figure, and please get one.
I never particularly wanted one, to be honest. I don't know why. Just never.
I absolutely do. I shamelessly throw hints at people who are designers who can make that happen. Maybe one of them's on the screen with me right now, perhaps.
I've tried to apply. I've come up with plans to put Steve in, but
I
Let's
can't
just
be involved. I can't be involved. It just has to like happen.
How about we re-release J&J Security, get a Joey Mercury head scan, and then we'll call it a day.
I'm taller than him, though.
Oh.
That's not a knock. I'm just a different. You guys want accuracy, right?
Kings.
You don't want like a short Steve figure. You want a strapping 6 foot tall Steve figure.
Yeah, a tall drink of water. That's what I want. You should come. Your accessory is going to be a tall drink of water.
I want the most ridiculous accessories ever.
You'll get a
just
chalkline jacket for sure.
Oh, please.
Maybe these glasses.
I don't
maybe
Nick Storm.
January. Yeah, a laptop with like this screen on it or something like that, like the DIJ on the laptop.
Yeah, DIJ, the screen of people on the forums ripping on me.
Yep, there you go.
That's the background says known liar Steve OZER.
That's a joke, by the way, guys. Who doesn't know? Who people don't know. It sounded too accurate. No, I'm joking. This is a lie. That's a lie. Maybe Nick Storm the liar. Known liar. Wrath says a CM Punk press conference figure would be great with donuts and muffins. What do you guys think about that?
Could be fun.
Something that you'd fun.
Do?
In a different life, I had tried really hard to get one of them made, but
oh yeah,
maybe there's not. Maybe now's the time. Maybe no. Who knows?
Damn, man. I mean, I thank you, Magic, for trying. I'm gonna thank your efforts. Thank you. Magic, Ultimate Warrior Raw segment when he wore the baseball cap would be perfect for Monday Night War. Make it happen. What do you say?
I like baseball caps. Big baseball.
Big baseball cap fan. He doesn't stop talking about it, actually.
Do you like baseball caps protecting craniums from being hit with cardboard pictures? Because if so, that's your figure.
There it is.
Boom. This is why you guys are a team. Okay? That's why you guys are in a team together. Louise says, how limited will store exclusives on Mattel Creations be? Okay, great question. This is actually a question I wanted to ask but forgot to write. So thank you, Louise. Can we go back to a wave or two on each series? Will they send out emails of new arrivals? Will they come in shipper boxes like Ultimate Edition on Amazon? So what's your take on that?
Okay, let's tackle these one by one. How limited will they be? It's going to be a small amount because they're still, exclusive. The homes are with their original exclusive retailers, right? So those retailers will get the bulk of the shipments, and Mattel Creations will get a limited supply. So don't sleep on them. Don't think it can be like the Mattel Creations exclusives, where in most cases you can just wait a couple of months if you want to. So when they go up, I encourage you to buy them right away. Can we go back? No, we can't go back. These are there's no excess product sitting somewhere that we can tap into, unfortunately. And the quotas that Mattel Creations is taking of these, it's shared, so they're not taking whole runs of these. So unfortunately, they can't go back. But it doesn't mean we can't and aren't already trying to figure out ways to get some of the older figures that were hard to get back out again. Obviously, we have ways to do that now with Vault and Greatest Hits and everything else. Emails for new arrivals, I'm trying to work with that team to see what they can do so we can, create some excitement around those drops and let you know when they're happening so you're ready for it. But otherwise, there's great accounts like Alex West and Mike Belcaster's account, along with Tom and Nick here, of course, and they spread the word and do a good job of that. And me, Action Figure Attack. And then, will they have shipper boxes like Ultimate Editions on Amazon? No, because they're just the same type of cases that go to the other retailers. So they're cracking open a case of who just went up, of Ravishing Rick Rude, and sending them out to you in a box with some hopefully wrapping material. Yeah, so no SIUC, that's what it's called. Ships in own container is not the case here.
Look at that. We're learning. Guys, this is Learning Friday. I think they just call that school. That's right.
Boring.
Boring. School but fun. Dude, if there was wrestling figure school, you guys got to make that. I think Steve would be the principal. He's got principal vibes.
Oh shit.
Maybe cool principal vibes. How about that?
Okay.
I don't know what principals you had. I never had a good principal.
Not cool ones.
Yeah. Magic's like the fun like arts kind of teacher. He's like kind of loopy here and there. I love that. You're not loopy, but I don't know.
What
Maybe
gives you
I'm
that
loopy. Maybe maybe I'm loopy. So that reminds me, you brought up the Rick Rude, and that has a newly tooled Big Gold, right? The WCW Big Gold. So and that looks insane, by the way. Like night and day difference between the two. Are you guys in the process of retooling any new titles? Like absolutely redesigning, and I'd love to see, for one, Winged Eagle.
We are exploring. Well, I made a promise with the Winged Eagle that tooling doesn't last forever. We use some of those titles quite often. When the tooling is up for the Winged Eagle and Asia gives us the green light that you need to refresh the tool, we're not going to. We're going to recreate the belt from scratch. So do I know when that happens? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But that is on the drawing board. Is that the right term? Yeah, it's in the works at some point to be revisited, and we'll do that for other titles as well. If something needs to be revamped, we'll look into it. We did it with the spinner, and we'll keep trying to figure that out and do new titles, pal.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's something that I want to see, selfishly. So I'm gonna run through a few questions here. By the way.
He just typed one in the chat. Did you hear him with his burner?
That was me hacking into the mainframe, actually. Getting all the juice and sauce out of you. Yeah, I'm talking. Me and Magic are actually.
Anyway.
Me and Magic are talking bad about you, Steve. No, I'm joking. But since I started asking questions from the chat, we've gotten 41 new comments in the live chat. I just want to make that known, and I can't handle that. So thank you guys, by the way.
Bellcaster, condense the questions.
Yeah, condense the questions. No, condense
PM
everything.
Bellcaster. He'll find it, though.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, Icon? That's not even a question, but hello, Figveld. How you doing? Rod says, "What's up with the Streak Sharks WWE crossover line? That'd be cool. I'd like to see that. Brock, maybe Batista, Cena, Roman, Bronson, Reed would all be awesome.
Would be awesome. Absolutely. Maybe someday.
Would that be something that you'd gun for at Mattel?
I think if it happened at the right time, that would be super amazing. I don't think the right time is yet, but maybe soon.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Maybe Shark Week. Already asked that question. Are we going to get more tag team elite and ultimate 2-packs?
I will say that
performing.
The tag team packs will probably take a little bit of a rest. Not that you won't see them, but we cranked out 3 in a row last year. So, we'll be a little more selective with the tag team elite packs. Ultimate 2-packs will continue at Ringside Collectibles for tag teams and other places for your other Ultimate 2-packs like Coliseum Collection and Amazon and whatever else we're cooking up.
Got you. Absolutely. Oh, Magic, you can absolutely do that, by the way.
It's good going. Come on.
Okay. Diet Pizza says, is there going to be a packaging change to the mainline elites?
There always will be every other year. When do we do? It'll come up soon, I guess, maybe. Maybe next year. I don't remember. I forget where we are in the process. But yeah, it'll change. It'll change again. It'll evolve again.
Wasn't there just a new one with the Raw Netflix packaging?
I think he means like that. Like the
event, right?
When we drastically change it, I'm assuming that's what he's referring to.
Right.
The revolution versus evolution.
Like, is that something that you guys are conceptualizing now, is the next packaging design and the colors and all that?
I would say that we touch upon that multiple times throughout the year. And even right after one hits, we're already thinking about, how to make it better for next time. So, we I guess to answer your question, yes.
Boom. There we go. And I think that does it for all of the questions here today. Thank you guys.
That's a lie. There's no way you got through 40 questions there.
No, that wasn't 40 questions. We're not doing 40 questions.
Hey, me off.
Yeah, it's the Grammys now, dude. No, but I just had to that was 41 new comments in the chat from people, not even questions. since we started asking fan questions. So that's just insane. Nick Storm is over, pal. But yeah, you guys are crazy, and I love you guys to bits. Thank you all for sticking around, and if you're watching as well, SmackDown's on, so we are literally the official SmackDown pre-show, and its #1 competitor, okay? So, I don't know what to say about that. Maybe we'll get a Nick Storm SmackDown 2-pack, the biggest rivalry in the history, no. But thank you for everyone. If you even typed a message in the chat, if you even clicked the stream and then clicked right off of it because you didn't like what you were watching, more power to you, dude. I wish I was you. Look at Magic going off, dude, he's popping off. But yeah, especially if you guys wrote into the chat and just stuck around, man. I watched a second of this, I really do appreciate it. And I mean, hey, the guest over here, where can people find you over there, and any final words, I guess, before we get all out of here?
I'm just on Instagram, Magic OLMOS. Chilling a lot, doing a lot of hanging out. It's pretty cool.
I think your mass shenanigans screwed up your microphone. It's all weird. Anyway, follow Magic on social media. He's the best. I'm Action Figure Attack across all social medias. Maybe on TikTok, maybe not. I don't know. What happens Sunday? We'll see. But yeah, Instagram, where it's at. 2 turntables and a microphone.
Bam! Look at that. I'm very, very pumped. Maybe I'll have to get on TikTok, huh? Nick Storm TikTok. And I also want to give a huge shout out, less than 5 minutes before we get out of here, by the way. I'm sorry, Magic. But
the music stopped. That's our stupid rambling. Like I
think that's what caused Magic to short circuit. Like it was the music. Oh, don't make them kiss.
They're not
it's hard to. There's no mouths. There's no mouths.
There's 2 John Cenas under there.
No mouth kissing.
But I want to give a huge shout out to mouth kissing, no mouth kissing, and at some effing 90s guy on Instagram for making this graphic for the episode. I want to know what you guys thought on this. I love this to bits. Sorry, we're meant to get out of here, but I want to absolutely put over his efforts because I think he's so talented.
He's great.
I give it 2 pentas.
And you can also go to ProWrestlingTees.com and search up Nick Storm. I'm shilling. I'm so sorry. And get some merch for yourself. We got some fine merch here. This is a beautiful shirt. Steve and Magic, I think I need to send you guys one of these. Honestly, I think I need to spruce up your wardrobes a little bit, okay? Free of charge. And with that being said, guys, if you want to find me anywhere, you can do this at the link tree down here, and in the comments down below, in the description, I should say. And with that being said, thank you all for joining, and I'll see you when I'm freaking looking at you next. Bye-bye! Did you enjoy this stream? Well, good, because after this stream ends, make sure to go onto my channel and binge watch every single one of my videos, because they're guaranteed a good chuckle or 2. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye!
Nick Storm, the Australian icon.